Date night. Date night.
Date night.
Don't be nervous. You'll be fine.
You're a natural. You're a
You
paladin.
only have an audience of 3.
Yeah. No streaming again today.
We're about to see your game. You're very.
Oh, here we go.
We're gonna really test the chemistry here of what's going on.
Extensive notes. Extensive notes.
All right.
This is what fanfics are made from.
Yeah, we're gonna get some shippers and all that good shit. You know? Hell yeah. Al and Perky. All right, so let's get started. Welcome to session 19 of the Dreaded Isles of Pandakorr. If you're tuning in and watching us for the first time, just trust us. It's awesome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now, and you won't regret it. But let's do a quick recap. Get everybody on the same page. So, all right, last session, it began with an unexpected turn of events in the pits, where the group had lost whatever money that they had gambled and forfeited whatever winnings they would have acquired as a result of defeating the creature. And that went over to Thorin, you know, the person who quote unquote owned that creature. Then from there, you guys picked up a halfling cleric, you know, of Kimball, who's hopefully gonna turn the luck of the group around a little bit. And you guys what'd you do? You just finished up getting some gear, you rested up, took care of a couple of miscellaneous things. I hope you guys all remember, because I don't. And then I gotta look through my notes. And then I know that we wound up ending the session where you know, Alcaeus had got into the cart that was rented by Fomher from Shamali's, and wound up doing 45 minutes worth of laps around the academy while he waited for Perky to come out. And when she did come out, it was with her black tabaxi female friend, you know, and they chatted for a little bit, you know, before separating. And then, you know, Alcaeus had helped Perky get into the cart, where he kind of explained, you know, the quick change of plans as she noticed the cart going in a different direction. He informed her that he would be taking her to the Polished Lantern instead of the Magic Carpet in Tavern, and with some, you know, quick lower level magic, she had wound up changing her appearance so that she would be dressed properly for the location. You know, Alcaeus is all, you know, dabbered out with his jade chain over his fine clothing, and he borrowed a copper dagger from Leicester. And the rest of the group was gonna go over and head to the market, from what I remember, and we were just figuring out what everybody was carrying with them. Am I missing something?
No, I don't think so.
Anybody?
No, I think that's about right.
Yep.
Oh, all right, cool. Why did the music stop? That's weird. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so, all right. So just to refresh my memory, the people who were going to the market, just let me know again what you guys were going to carry with you. Let's start with Leicester, then we'll do Fomher, and then Regis.
I think Leicester was more or less carrying everything, and then I think he also had Alcaeus' shield strapped to him.
Right. Okay, I remember that. All right. Fomher.
Fulver was carrying about went ahead and kept his money, left all the backpack and things like that, but was carrying Alcaeus' hammer.
Okay.
That was about the only, like, other than that, it's just the normal stuff he keeps on his person. So, any like items, and went ahead and wore armor and things like that.
All right. And Regis? Oh yeah, I remember Regis saying early on that he learned early on to carry everything with him. everybody, Regis, Jeremiah actually, he's feeling a little under the weather, so he might be a little quiet or slow to respond, but he is here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna have my mic muted, kind of often, so if I do sneeze or something unexpectedly, it's not messing with everything.
It's all good. No worries. Hope you feel better. All right. So it is 7 p.m. Al and Perky are on their way to the Polished Lantern, and the rest of the group is heading over to the Western Market. It's nice weather. It's warm, probably mid to upper 70s, and it's around 7 p.m. ish. So let's see. Let's start with the market. As you guys all travel over to the market, you've noticed that even with Regis's short legs, he's able to get you through the city a lot faster than you would be able to on your own. Almost to the same effect that Leicester has with travel speed in the forest. So you're able to bob and weave throughout, the crowds, as you head over to the market. And actually, okay, so the marker is actually showing where Alcaeus and Perky are going to be, and you guys are all to that kind of green market stall area, directly west southwest of it. So you guys will come over. Oh, also I had mentioned also that there were no sit down places over here, and then I had changed it to say that there were a bunch of restaurants. That was an accident. There are no sit down places in the Western Market. So there are food vendors, there are little stalls, stuff like that. But for the most part, this crowd over here is enjoying the nightlife. There's live performers all over the place. It's not really too crowded right now. It seems probably kind of early for the bigger stuff to happen. But as you go around, you just this place, from what you're gathering, also just from looking around, it's definitely a lot more higher end than the Northern Market, where you guys picked up your armor, things like that. The people around here, while dressed pretty much identical to everybody else in this large town, they're wearing robes and stuff like that. But it's of a higher end, instead of cotton or wool, this might be satin or even silk in some cases. You could tell by the semi-reflective qualities of the fabrics as they move around. So you guys are kind of floating around that area. What would you guys like to do?
I'll go over to the closest food vendor just to get something to munch on as we're walking around.
Okay. All right. There's a guy pushing a cart around, and you hear him screaming out, "I have the best falafel! Best falafel in town! Come and get it!"
I will definitely go and get it.
Hey, good evening to you. How can I help you?
Good evening, sir. I'd like one of your fine food items there.
Oh, the falafel. How'd you hear of us? It's probably my voice. And he starts putting your food together. He'll ask you, what kind of drink you want, if anything, and I'll put something together for you, and 2 silver for you, buddy.
I'll give him 2 silver.
All right. What about you? Oh, I know you. You look familiar. And he kind of gestures to Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you kind of stand out over here,
Yes, I had to purchase more of your goods for my little friend.
Oh, there you go. Oh, your little friend. And then baby gets all excited. And, let me get the baby sound going. Where's baby? Okay, yeah, excited raccoon noises. And, all right, 3 silver for you. And the lovely little friend. How's everything going in the town? You like it here?
Yes, it's very big. Still learning everything.
Okay, it's not too big, but yeah, it's a decent size, Yeah. And what about you? You're the quiet one.
I'm not necessarily quiet, just waiting my turn.
Oh,
I'll take
It's your turn.
I'll take a falafel with the works.
All right. 2 silver for you. And he starts putting everything together. You know. And he's like, all right, well, enjoy your night. Yeah, and then he goes, you hear the cart wheels kind of, as he's pushing it along. Falafel, and he kind of like disappears into the crowd.
And then I immediately look around for anywhere to see if anyone is walking around with like a drink, specifically like a beer or something like that, because they got to have something with falafel.
yeah. There's you could have got a drink from him. That was
Cool.
included. Yeah. So he'll get you something. Like something in a. I guess he poured it in a half coconut shell or whatever. There you go. So there's lots of noise and stuff. Guys are just like kind of wandering around. Do you want to do anything specifically, or are you just like kind of killing time? Like, what's the deal?
Maybe trying to get an eye on the restaurant that Alcaeus is going to, just so we can hover around there in eyesight.
There would be no clear line of sight from where you are,
Mm-mm.
because you guys are.
We've got a fair distance between
Fair
it.
distance.
Yeah, so I mean you're 400
Then
feet.
just glancing that general direction in case like smoke appears.
Yeah, all right.
Things
All right. Yeah, and you're like inside. You're over here. Like in the middle or whatever, and you're like surrounded by buildings. So it's really difficult to see anything outside of like the perimeter of this Western Market. If you wanted to keep an eye on the building where the polished lantern, you'd have to be like over there, or maybe on one of those rooftops, or something like that. And there's more shops over there. There's a couple other like bars and things like that. But over here, you can tell there's some like finer end shops around on the perimeter over there. Jewelry, nice clothing, things like that. Or you can chill in the Western Market.
Yeah.
All right.
Are there any places like maybe even near where some of the live music is or anything like that, where they may not be sit down, but just even like tables to stand around or lawn chair type situations? Or
There are like stools and stuff, like folding chairs and stools that can be like grabbed. There are a bunch of like tiki huts, that are serving drinks. So there's like a couple of little stools, stuff like that. But like no tables, and like the only like flat spaces would be like actual like like the bar that wraps around where food is being served. But they're tiny. They're like little kiosks.
right.
Okay. So things like that. So I mean, but as far as live entertainment, there's all different types of things. There's street jugglers. There are like little magicians. Doing like prestidigitation and pulling lizards out of hats and things like that. And just miscellaneous entertainment. This, that, and the other thing. I remember everybody saying that they were like whatever coin they had, they were kind of like tucking and being a little weary of it. Let me get perception checks from everyone.
Oh no.
In the Western Market.
Oh.
Holy shit. The lowest roll was a 19.
Wow.
All right. So yeah, you guys are like it's like you guys are on a stakeout. You're in the wrong location, but you're definitely staking out the place. You can tell, there are some eyes, that kind of like fall on the group. Probably more so because of the way you're dressed, than anything else. You do catch, occasionally like, you feel like you're being followed, but it's like they all kind of notice, and then they like kind of just like melt into the crowd or stuff like that. I mean, not like being aggressively followed, but you definitely feel like there has been something or a group of somethings that have been watching you, let's say for the last 20-30 minutes that you've been here.
Is there anything like specific that like do they all seem like they're part of the same group? Is it just that the rich crowd doesn't see that we kind of fit in, or
Let me get an insight check from you. Okay. Are you rolling with disadvantage?
I have a point of exhaustion?
Oh, you do. Oh shit. Okay. It's kind of hard to like really pick out any similarities other than, they're all just they seem more like locals. Different sizes. Medium. Some are small. But within the half an hour that you guys have been here, just grabbing your food, kind of walking around a little bit, you've probably noticed at least 3 different people. But nothing really distinctive, nothing that would set them apart or make them look unique amongst, the rest of the crowd.
Not that I think we need to not have this lesson not already learned, but if you brought me of your money with you, keep an extra hand on it.
Baby, watch out.
But nicer, I do have a question for you. Just since we're just kind of walking around the evening, am I remembering right? And I'm sorry if this seems out of the blue, but I'm thinking about one of the first conversations you and I were able to have when things were a little more calm. When you first kind of woke up, as it were, did you say you were helped out by some hunter?
While I was wandering, eventually I met one, and he helped teach me the basics of living.
Was there anything is there anything distinctive you remember about him? Did he have a name? Did he have...
Oh. His name was Minervus. He didn't tell me much else of where he came from, but he taught me how to track things and skin things and hunt. Showed me towards a town. Still a long time before I went into it, but showed me around. Why do you ask?
Just curious that there seems that we've had 2 members of our group at this point. One who is unfortunately taken by the Spectre. Just have very, I guess, mysterious origins. Just seems like it's, and with everything that's gone on in the world here in the past few years, it just seems a little odd.
Yes, the trend of people forgetting things. And waking up in places they don't know.
And it's hard not to put something, not to worry you, but it's hard not to put. How long ago was it when you woke up that you remember?
About 3 years.
It's hard not to connect that to the loss of the. And I kind of hold my holy symbol out. That kind of hard not to connect the timing with when those of us that followed certain gods lost our way.
Yes, I was quite surprised at how that lined up.
I think in our travels that might be something that we might if you're. I don't want to push you, but I think if we find more information about how we can reverse the loss of memory of these gods, we might even find a way for you to figure out the time that you've lost.
Oh. I had never even considered I could find it again. Do you really think?
I can't imagine that whatever power made us forget our gods can't be undone. They clearly still are able to have an influence on the world. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the gifts that I was given, and I wouldn't have been able to maintain them, as well as anyone else who follows them. And if that can be undone, then I don't see why why your memories wouldn't be able to be found.
That's quite an interesting point. I wonder if I followed any gods before. I have to admit I know practically nothing except what those I've met have told me.
Just some food for thought. If you happen to think of anything more specific about the one who helped you, because it also seems odd they would be there and so willing to help at least, and then just disappear. It might not hurt if at some point in time, if we get back to where you woke up, that we might find this hunter. They might know something.
Perhaps. I met them quite randomly, though. Perhaps we could stumble upon them just as easily, though. You never know.
Just idle thoughts. I didn't have nothing else at the time. And he is kind of fidgeting with his. I am kind of fidgeting with kind of an inner pocket through some of this. If you're observant enough to catch it, I'll let you decide.
Probably not. He's probably very distracted by how many people are around. Leister is full on nervous mess in groups. Like, he definitely has baby in his arms.
All right, so you guys are just hanging out, and just enjoying the atmosphere. Doing some chit chat. You hear some music in the background, all different kinds of things. But it just seems, like a happening place, over here. There's no, there's nothing, exciting or anything going on outside of the entertainment. Like there's no screaming, there's no fighting, there's no yelling. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. It just seems like a really, really cool place where people are just enjoying, the beginning of this evening. So you guys sit down and just start relaxing, and you guys are starting to chat a little bit, just reacting to the crowd in whichever way you want. And let's hop over to the carriage.
Yes.
So
And mute.
yeah, so you can hear the cartwheels, kind of, and you're in there with her, and she's like, all right, so yeah, like what kind of business did you want to talk about? Yeah.
Well, we already talked about it. You just said you would ask around the academy and see if you could pick up any solid leads on our trip north.
You know what? You're right. I completely forgot. I feel like it's been a whole week, and oh, my mind is just somewhere else. I'm sorry. So, what made you decide to, choose the polished lantern? And it's
It
like
was
that's
me.
okay. Yeah, and that's like you're pulling up to, this place, and you can see, you kind of come down from the academy. I'll draw a quick path for you. So from the academy, you kind of, it wasn't a long trip, Hold on one second, I'm sorry. Let's draw. Okay, all right, thanks. Sorry, perfect timing. My food just came.
Nice.
So, yeah, as you pull up to this place, it's beautiful. This one has like a very heavy Egyptian kind of feel to the architecture of this building. It almost looks like a big pyramid in a sense, on a smaller scale. And there are like these massive pillars in the front that, where the entrance is. And there's a long carpet You know, that's, well, maybe not that long, maybe 30, 40 feet. I don't know if that's long or not. And the cart pulls out in front, and there is a person there, a dark-skinned gentleman, very tall, probably close to 8 feet tall, you know, completely hairless, you know, kind of like, you know, a darker version of the Mr. Clean guy, in like a very nice silk shirt with a vest and some form-fitting pants and some nice boots. And he opens the door, and it's like, the name of your table, sir.
I don't think we have reservations.
No reservations. All right, that is fine. I mean, I'm sure we do have some space available. Please come out the cart, and I will direct you to our manager to see what is gonna be done for you.
Yeah, I'll let Professor Buttons go first.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so she goes down. She jiggles down the stairs, and then you know, she kind of, all right, yeah. So she waits. You come out the cart. The guy closes it behind you. Thank you. You know, and then what do you do?
Follow him, I guess.
Okay.
Should I take us to the manager?
All right. Yeah. So Perky just follows. You know, she's walking beside you. She's like, "Wow, I haven't been here in a long time. It's nice.
I've been here never.
Yeah, it's a really nice place. I hope they have space for us." You know, and yeah. So you know, he takes you inside. You know, through the front entrance, and there's like a little tiny area where there's a very nice desk. It seems like dark polished marble. You know, and there is a human woman behind. And she's wearing just like she's wearing almost like a suit, you know, almost like a man's suit, silky, you know, dark colors, nice trim, and her hair is in like a tight bun. And yes, yes.
Oh, I'm looking to see if you may have a table. I know this is kind of last minute. It was a surprise to both of us, but it'd be great if we could get a seat.
Let me get a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Of course. I already rolled low. Let's just go lower.
I'm terribly sorry. I don't believe we have any space available. What's your passive insight?
Passive insight is 10.
10. All right. Perky kind of like nudges you to the side, and she's like, "Come on, I know you have a space. What's it gonna cost?" And all right, now let me get a persuasion check with advantage.
Advantage. Watch is going to be a little lower than with this. Hey, look.
Okay. The lady's like, "Oh, well, now you speak my language." And she's like, yeah, I know. And then she steps back. And the lady kind of looks you up and down. She sees your necklace. She's checking out your armor. She's seeing the way Perky's dressed. I think 15 pharaohs might be able to get the space for you.
Sure, I'll give 15 pharaohs.
Yeah, so she quickly just counts it and kind of like, you know, slips it in her pocket. She's like, "Well, you look at that. I think a space just opened up. How fortuitous." And she says, "Please come this way." So she kind of comes around the counter, you know, collects you two, and then, you know, walks into, you know, another set of doors. And inside here is just like this big, huge tiki-themed So it's like outside it's like Egyptian, and then inside it's more like tiki themes. And it's like there's these like totem poles with these like glowing eyes, and like there's like really cool percussion music on the inside, real soft and whatever. There's like a mist, kind of coming around, the whole area, and you can just, the tables here, most of them are small. They're only designed to really sit in between, let's say, 2 to 4 people. There's plenty of space in between each one. The floors here, they actually, you wouldn't, never mind. Yeah, the floors here, they're just really nice, like sandstone tiles with gold inlay designs and stuff. And they find she eventually, she takes you to like an alcove that has, it's like a private, table, that's kind of round, has like, the half couch. And say, please come here, and the servant will be with you shortly. And yeah.
Thank you for your assistance.
Thank you for your patronage.
Well, this place is something.
It's really nice, actually. So, like, do you sit down? Like, what do you do?
Yeah. Get her seated first and then sit down.
Okay, cool. She's like, oh, thank you. So when she leaves, she closes the curtains behind you. So you guys are in the, in this little room, and there's like a nice little, kind of like this cool tiki coconut shell kind of deal with a candle, like lantern, and it's like, it's really nice and comfortable in here. It's quiet. It's some nice music, different music than from what was outside. It's like you have your own little music in here, very soft and stuff. And how in detail, Tyler, do you want to get with all this stuff? Or do you just want to be like, okay, we discuss whatever we discuss, and then, whatever. Like, what do you want to do?
I mean, I'll tell her, like, about, like, why we're going north and where we're headed. I mean,
Well, tell me, why are you going north? What are you doing?
Well, we're going the portal or something that we found on one of the maps could lead to, might be connected to the Fey Realm, we don't know, but it seems to be a point of interest for Jakob and some other things. So
yeah, he's a really nice guy. I'm glad he introduced us. I don't know about any portals or Fey Realm stuff, but she kind of, she's like, oh, before I forget, and she pulls out 10 platinum and gives it to you, and she's like, this is for the statue, right? Make sure that your friend gets this. And then she also has like a couple of sheets of paper, with like some scribbled notes, and this will be like kind of throughout the evening, where she explains that if you head out to the swamps or like water, they're looking for hagstones, and she describes hagstones are, like these just, these rocks that naturally have holes in them that were put there by nature, and it's usually through water running through it, or it's really not exactly understood how it's done, but they're looking for hagstones. All right, are you taking notes?
yes.
Okay. She says that they can be used as a component for, like, scrying, and it kind of helps make things more possible, and what I'll do, I'll give you prices, of like what they're offering for everything. I just gotta find them. Then there was a Fey licorice root, if you could find any of that, and she kind of describes like what the licorice plant looks like, but instead of like a pinkish rose colored, bloom, these are going to be more bluish, so she explains that's how you're going to tell them apart from a regular licorice root. They'll buy that like by the pound, but they just want the root, not the whole plant. All right, so it's hagstones, the licorice root. The feather of, hold on, I got the name. Hold on. Sorry, people. Okay, the Fey Violet Saberwing male. Okay.
Feather of the Fey Violet Saberwing male.
Okay. And she describes those as like a hummingbird. They're only about like 5 or 6 inches tall, which is actually kind of large for the species. But she's like, if you can collect feathers from those are used as components for to help with stuff. And again, I have this all written down. I'm just not a fan. And then the last thing they mention, I have this too. Hold on, there's a licorice, dude. The hagstone. Oh, okay. And the golden cocoons of a polymnia tiger. Polymnia is Polymnia butterfly. And the way she explains those is they're gonna be the cocoons. After the butterfly leaves, but they look metallic. They'll either look like gold or silver or something like that. She says they're really easy to find once you know what you're looking for, because they're metallic. But the problem is finding them. A lot of them, I mean, you can find them in the jungle in various places, but a lot of them tend to be high up in the canopy. And those are like a component that can be used for polymorph, to make the spell more powerful. And those are the things that she kind of mentions. Oh, and of course, the sap of a glowleaf plant. She's looking for that too. They're always looking for that. Yeah. So nothing specific as far as like nobody wants you to go anywhere, but in your travels, if you do happen to come across any of these things, she also makes she lets you know that when harvesting the cocoons, they're very fragile. Like until they're plucked. So like when you go to store them or whatever. And again, I'll give you prices. I mean, none of these prices are crazy.
No, I figured it'd be like our last list we got.
Yeah. So a couple things, the cocoons are probably like 20 gold pieces, things like that. So, but I have the specifics, which I'll give you. All right. What do you guys want to do after the restaurant?
I don't know. I'm kind of new in town. Do you have any place you want to go? Want to show anything interesting? I kind of have this for until 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 in the morning?
It wasn't my choice.
Let's see. Are you normally not in control of what you do?
This was set up by my lovely companions, and they thought it would be best that we had some leeway in our time together.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to spend the whole night if you don't like.
No, but I mean, like I said, I'm new-ish around here. I don't know if there's anything interesting, or I mean, unless I'm stuck up fuddy-duddy most of the time anyway.
Do you smoke?
Sure.
Okay. Let me get a charisma check with advantage, or persuade. Well, yeah, charisma. Just charisma with advantage.
Just charisma.
Okay. All right. Very cool. So you guys are gonna spend, probably a good hour and a half, 2 hours in here. You eat, talk business, drink, have a good time, get to know each other, blah 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 blah. The tab for this is gonna be 35 crowns. 35 pharaohs. Sorry.
35. Is that including tip?
No.
No. Then I'll just do 40 to make it easy on me.
Okay.
All right.
That's kind of cheap. Okay.
What?
That's not even 20%.
Hey, I'm doing math. I have some extra silver pieces here.
All right, so after that, you kind of just like wander around town a little bit, driving. She kind of explains that there's really not too much going on inside the city. You know, um, she tells you about the Temple of the Whisper, how they're in control of things, and they're not bad, or anything like that. They're actually pretty decent rulers. They're relatively fair. Although sometimes, like impatient with hearing things out. You know, then that's really it. I mean, there's Shamali kind of talks about how Shamali was always looking for a new like a dragon wrangler, the last person he hired to collect like drakes and things like that died. So he's looking for a new person to bring in smaller dragons, wyverns, drakes, fey dragons if possible, things like that. And that's like pretty much it. Just kind of like do laps around the town. You kind of look through different areas, kind of go out throughout the night. Now I'll leave it up to you. Like you guys could just hang out and drive around all night, or you can go back to her place. She'll drop hints, that's it.
I'm gonna flip a coin. Let's see. I'm not whispering, so everybody knows. I actually know I'm gonna just whisper it so nobody knows except you and me.
Yeah, but what's what?
People. Well, one, or I have to use a D4. But, 1 and 2 would be the first option, just driving around, and 3 and 4 would be the second option.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, even though like she drops several hints throughout the evening, you kind of, don't take advantage of it. And all right, so that'll be you there. Okay, so back to the market. You guys want to do anything in particular for the night, or you want to buy anything?
I want to keep, just in case we get stuck in the desert again, something that would just to wear on my head that would keep the sun from being too bad, or as bad as it could be.
Okay, I mean, they sell like hooded robes. They sell hooded cloaks. You can get like a turban. Whatever you want. Just like a scarf that you go wrap around. I mean, whatever it is you decide on, it'll only be like a silver or two, unless you want something fancy.
You know what? I want to get just kind of a serviceable kind of headscarf that's long enough to where I could wrap it to where it would where I'd be able to wrap it in a way that kind of covers my head as well. Okay. Not a turban, but kind of in that. I forget the name of the kind of headwear it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But
I know what you're talking about, though, like a head wrap or something. I understand. But
kind of
around your face too. Yeah.
But then I would like to also go ahead and buy a nicer robe, similar to what I'm seeing people in this market wearing.
Okay. It's just, let's see, it's just like commerce clothing. Again, unless you want something nicer.
Like fine clothes.
Fine clothes. Okay. That works. Give me 1 second. Let me get the price here. Fine clothing. All right, 15 gold.
And then you said just a few silver for the.
Well, no, that'll be
scarf.
Included. That'll be included.
Okay.
Yeah, so 15 gold and get a nice, Ibat themed, fine clothing set. And then you could have it whatever you want. So, if you want burgundy robes with gold trim or silver trim or dark blue or navy or black or dark green, whatever you like. They got it all.
Just, you know what? Just it is almost white, kind of like just off white, but with barely visible silver kind of filigree patterns sewn in.
Very cool. Okay.
for the fine clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want like an elven flair to it, to
Yeah.
the design or whatever, they got it. It's cool.
So lighter color to be more reflective of warm
Sure.
of heat.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'll immediately, because I'll do that as earlier in our, probably after eating, but earlier in our walk around,
Okay.
and I'll like immediately put that on kind of over top. I get one that's big enough that I can wear it over my armor and things like that.
Okay. Very cool. Anybody else want to do anything in the market?
Realizing I don't have any kind of a cloak myself, I will just buy kind of a basic traveler's clothes set.
Okay.
Am I just doing handbook price?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, you got that handy?
Yeah, it's 2 gold.
Okay. Thank you. Nice and easy.
2 fairs.
Leister, you want to do anything specific or buy anything while you're here?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. So, how long do you guys want to stay in the market?
Does it seem to like when it hits around?
It starts picking
Like-
up around 9ish.
Okay. I would say we'd be. My thought would be is that just to kind of have some fun and experience some nightlife. We stick around until I don't know, at least 11ish, 11:30.
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay.
See how the night's going at that point.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's just lots of entertainment. Same thing. Things are picking up. There's more noise. There's more music. 11:30 comes around, and it seems like this is now when it's starting to pick up. I started picking up at 9 or whatever. Like some of the older people left, and it's like now like a new crowd is coming just before midnight, where it's starting to get like really loud and like it's starting to turn into just like a huge party. You could smell like weed and vomit just throughout the area.
Can we go home yet?
I think that's that's enough excursion for the evening. Some of the smells that are coming out now are not as pleasant.
No, they are not.
Mind being our guide a little bit back to Yakov's place there, Regis.
Of course I would. And as I do that, I would like to be kind of keeping an eye out for, obviously not any friends of mine, but anybody that reminds me of the fellow pickpocket people from when I was growing up.
All right, let me get an insight check from you. And a perception. Okay. You think you see something that looks familiar, not like like a familiar person, but the actions are familiar, where it's like you see like a group of 3 that are kind of working with each other, and it's like one will kind of like bump into somebody, and then they're like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever, to get the distraction, and then somebody else comes and grabs something, and then they quickly hand it off to somebody else who just kind of like walks casually off somewhere else. But yeah, you catch one of those happening, maybe like 30-40 feet away.
Yeah, that's gonna be my question. Let me just check something real quick. So, if at any point it happens and it's within 30 feet, I'd like to just have a little bit of fun and cast Mage Hand, which is no components for me.
Mm-hmm.
um, and kind of like have it kind of pat the people that are being pickpocketed as it's happening to kind of draw their attention to it.
Mm, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you'll do that, and do a quick pad, and they'll turn around and
It's creating some chaos in the world. Is my
it definitely creates chaos. You hear, hey,
The
watch where you
invisible
going.
narc.
Like, hey, watch where you going. Things like that. Yeah, and you think it might have interrupted like one of the attempts, something like that, and then like those three people, once the mage hand appears, they kind of like start looking around a little bit. You can catch
it's
that.
invisible, just so you know.
Oh, all right, never mind. So that doesn't happen. So yeah. So I guess you start randomly patting people. I guess creates a little bit of chaos. Hey, watch where you're going. This, that, and the other thing. Blah blah blah. And, okay.
Just purely for fun as I'm leading them through the city.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, you quickly get back to Jakob's, and how long will that take? Let's see. It's probably only gonna take like 10, 12 minutes for you to get the group back there. And all right, yeah, you guys get back to Jakob's.
So, Leister, how'd you enjoy the nightlife? As a little taste of it.
Didn't.
The falafel was pretty good.
Okay, yes, that was very good. Baby enjoyed it a lot.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes. It was food.
And what about the music? Thought it was different, but it was good. Thought it was pretty good.
Not loud enough to drown everyone else out, but it was nice.
I can understand not liking the crowds or just getting through it, not being so used to it and all that. That could be a little much.
But it's good practice, I guess.
Still got Alcaeus' shield on you, right? I figure you and I were carrying items of his, and it'd be bad if we lost them.
It would have been very hard to peel this giant shield off me. I'm like a turtle. And I have a guard baby.
A jade turtle.
So what? We're probably back, and it's like just before midnight-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question is, do we stay up and wait for Alcaeus, or do we just go on to bed?
What is...
I don't quite know, because it kind of depends on how his evening's going. I know one thing, first of all. We're to go inside. I'm having a bath. It's been a long day, and it's been a hot day. Having a bath. And that's my plan for the next, hour.
Okay.
Is to secure my things in my room, and then have a bath.
All right, sounds cool. Leister, Regis, anything special for the evening?
I will just get some of that delicious free food. Is there somewhere to, is there like a balcony area at all to kind of have a view while I'm just hanging out eating?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, on the second story or whatever, there's nothing attached to the bedrooms, but there is an upper deck, on the outside or whatever that has a couple of nice tables and chairs, and there's a little jacuzzi, you know, and it's like overlooking the little pond thing in the middle, the little ziggurat, you know, over the water.
So I'll just grab like 2 full plates of whatever the staff has ready on hand, and
Mm-hmm.
go kind of keep an eye out for the carriage and my newfound companion.
Okay, that'll work. All right. Nice. Nothing. Hello. Oh no.
Hmm?
Okay, there you go. Okay. So you and baby doing anything?
Bath.
Chilling in the bath. Okay.
That's becoming the favorite place.
All right. Cool. Yeah, baby's loving it. Doing back strokes. You know. Picking out little bugs that have been acquired throughout the day out of her fur.
Stash.
Yeah. And then, all right. So, I mean, if no, does anybody want to do anything special, or can I like just zoom to the morning?
We could zoom. I'm good to zoom.
Zoom away.
Good to zoom.
Zoom away.
Yep,
Zoom
good.
away. See, Tyler's like, get me out of here. Okay.
No, I mean,
Yeah. So throughout the evening, you know, Perky, she just has a good time with you, relaxes. She kind of like picks up throughout the evening that maybe she might be a little too aggressive, so she kind of calms down a bit, and then I mean, she kind of smokes. If she smoked with her, then great. If not, she smokes on her own. And yeah, just kind of spend the night just hanging out, and relaxing. And by let's say 7, 8 in the morning, in the carriage, she falls asleep in the carriage.
no. Oh. Huh. I guess I'll have to go back to the academy. I'll tell the driver, hey, can we go back to the academy? Maybe I can find somebody there that knows where to take her home.
Yes, of course. Back to the academy. And he goes and and the Choconos pulled the carriage back to the academy where you can see classes are about to begin for some of the early riser students, and you're out in the front with a sleepy Professor Button. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna run in and talk to Somali. Or I mean, Charlie. I mean,
Charlie?
that's
Okay.
what I want. Charlie.
Hey, good
Be like,
morning to you. Yes.
very, very, very hush, kind of lean in, be like, I have Professor Buttons in my carriage outside, and I was wondering where she might live. She's asleep. She's asleep. I just need to get her home safely.
She okay?
Yes. Yes, she just fell asleep. I just need to get her home.
Need to get her home. Well, let me get a persuasion check from you.
Okay.
You gonna believe that shit?
Oh,
Set in character.
I trust you. You seem like a nice guy, but I can't give out that personal information. I hope you understand. But if you have her with you there, then just bring her here. We'll take care of her.
No, it's okay. I walk back in.
Okay.
Well, that didn't go as planned. Driver, can you take us back to Jacobs, please?
Yes. Of course. Yeah. And then they start pulling again. And after 15, 20 minutes, whatever, you're at Jacobs in the front. Regis, are you going to stay up all night, on watch eating, or what are you doing?
No. I was just kind of till I got tired like normal, and then just go to bed.
You gonna sleep outside or inside?
No. I'll go back into my room.
We go back
But,
inside. All right, cool. Okay. Yeah. So you're at the front of Jacob's. There's one of the.
I guess I'll try not to wake her up and carry her out. And do we have a spare room for my guest? She fell asleep. Don't want to wake her.
Let me get a sleight of hand check from you.
Oh, okay. Sleight of hand. Where's my S's? Here it is.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's like you're trying to like pick her up, but like make sure your hands aren't anywhere inappropriate, and you're just like thinking way too much about this. And it's like you're really big, and you try and like squeeze out with her in your arms outside of the fucking cart, and you bang her head on the side of the door. She wakes up and like, what the fuck? Like, wow, what was that? Oh my god, where am I?
Well, I was trying not to wake you up.
Really?
You fell.
You
you
don't
fell
think it would be
asleep.
better if I was awake? Like,
Well, you fell asleep. I was just trying to get you. Yeah, I didn't know where you lived. Charlie wouldn't tell me.
Charlie? You told Charlie?
No, I didn't tell her. Come on, I just said that. I was just wondering. Don't worry about it. We're fine.
When
We're
did
fine.
you see Charlie? What time?
Like,
Craig.
like 7:30 in the morning.
What time is it? It's like 7:30.
Or-
Well, you saw
right.
Charlie at 7:30.
I don't. That is. You said it was like 7-8, right?
Killing me.
That's not my fault. I think it was things for me.
Huh?
But don't worry about it. Jakob has some help here. We can get you a nice place to sleep, take a bath. You know.
No. I gotta go to work.
Oh.
Why are you carrying
Right,
me?
that's-
And why does my head hurt?
Oh. No, Dad. I'll set her down.
Yeah, so you put her down. She stands up and she's like rubbing her head. You know, obviously like her spell wore off a long time ago, so you know she's doing the walk of shame, wearing day old robes and you know whatever. And
Are you sure you don't want to get freshened up first before you go back to work? We still have a little bit of time left for the carriage. You can just, come in real
just
quick.
Have them take me home. I'll get ready because I gotta go to work.
All right, I'll pay or tip the driver. Like, I don't know. This is all so awkward now. I'll give him like, I don't know, like I'll say 20 gold. How's 20 gold sound?
Oh, that's a lot. That's good. I'll make sure she gets home safely.
I was trying to think of like skilled labor like things for like 10 or 12 hours. So.
Well, the
Just trying
skilled
to
labor is
price
like 2 gold a day or some shit.
Oh yeah, well.
It's the server 5 gold and the driver 20.
I was upset at that place. Okay, they took 15 gold from me. They can keep 5.
Oh yeah, punish the server for what the manager did. You see how it is?
Yeah, so
God, Alcaeus is one of those customers.
Lord Karen of the Sunfield.
Oh no.
Alright, so okay, so yeah, so you give the driver, you know, whatever. He will she gives like a quick, you know, hug and peck. She's like, I had a great night, I think, right?
Me too. Yes, it was great.
Does your head hurt too?
Yes.
It does? Wow, what the hell were we doing? Alright. Okay, I gotta go. She gives you a quick hug, quick like kiss on the cheek, and like kind of jiggles her way back into the cart, and then they leave. You know? Yeah! And then they go wandering off. Let me get a con save from you. Low DC. We'll go DC 13. Alright, you have one level of exhaustion.
Hey, we traded.
Yeah, we did.
Yep. So, so it's now, let's say 8 in the morning. You are at Jacob's. Let's see, the people who went to bed last night, you guys could be waking up now if you like. Because you guys went to bed, let's say, in between 12 and 1. Some of you don't require a whole night, so whoever wants to be up can be up.
Yes.
Whoever's sleeping can be sleeping.
I only need 4 hours of trance, so yes.
Okay.
Go and do the thing where I take my boots off and just quietly walk through the place.
Okay. Yeah.
Where are the armchairs in this house?
As Alcaeus
You have to be quietly sitting in chairs.
That's in the foyer. We're already there. Where have you been, young man?
Yeah.
I don't know where the night went. Just kind of rode around, went different places, partook in some stuff.
Adventurous sounding, are we? And did you make sure that the lady got home safely?
I tried.
That's less encouraging.
That does not sound... Is she
I
alright?
think I might have a headache.
What did you do?
I accidentally hit her head off of the carriage as I was trying to carry her out because she was asleep.
Is that what adults do when they're alone? Is that normal? That doesn't sound normal.
Why did you let her sleep in the carriage?
She fell asleep on her own accord.
And you just continued riding around at that
No.
point, or what?
No, I tried to get her home, but I didn't know where she lived, and Charlie couldn't help me, and then I came back here, and I was just going to...
You told the people where she works.
No, I just said that,
Charlie works at the academy,
Mhm.
yes?
Well, I didn't know where else to go.
Yeah, I mean, even just coming here at the start would have been better.
I think we were here.
Oh,
Listen, I
don't know what I'm going to do between you and Leicester.
am running on lack of sleep. I did not make the best decisions, but she is at work now, and it's okay.
She's a champion. If she was falling asleep, hit her head, just now getting up, and is still planning on going into work.
I offered a nice bath and a change of clothes, but she had to get to work.
And, beyond the less than smooth end of the evening, how did you have a good time?
I found out some valuable money-making information. Oh, speaking of which, and I'll give Leicester the 10 platinum.
Hmm?
This was for your doll of me.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you. I'm glad I found a nice home for it.
Yeah, we'll see if she still has it after the night. But, no, I found, there's nothing really specifically needed, just some components that we might find on our way, like hagstones or a feather of the Fey Violet Saberwing male.
Male?
Male. Male bird.
How will we know?
You're the ranger. You're the one that would know more of that than us.
Let me get nature checks from anybody who might want information on this.
Ooh.
I am proficient in nature, so. And I get to roll normally. Son of a bitch.
That good?
When it's wonderful when the numbers are red.
Regis, you want to roll?
I mean, I grew up in the streets. I know nothing about animals, so I wasn't going to.
Okay, all right. All right, Leister. I'll actually whisper. And okay, so
You flip a bird over, and then if it makes a sound.
I'm more knowledgeable about plants with my herbalism than animals.
what did I call it? It was a Fey Saber Wing.
Male.
Yes, the feather of the Fey
Violet
Saberwing.
Violet Saber Wing.
Male.
That's what it was.
Yes.
I think so. Okay.
Yeah, violet.
Seemed to be violent Saberwing.
I can't type. And my screen went black. Yay! Come on.
Oh no.
You're getting Perky's view from the evening.
Alright. Might want to type me as cockapoo-poo. But I'm
I
just
don't
trying
know.
to get this shit to you quickly. And hopefully, hey, I whispered it correctly at least. Okay.
Yes, that's fine. E.
I'm guessing whatever that is, it's a fish.
Well, most birds follow the tradition of the males being more colorful, so if we find one that is bright in color, I assume we're on the right track.
But I thought it was a fish.
Some fish fly.
What was the
Sorry,
other-
my brain stopped working there. That get a century in you, and your brain slows down a little bit.
Or concussion.
A century.
So, okay, so what'd you say? You said Hagstone, the favorite.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the. I'm just gonna go through the list. I'll tell them. Just Fey licorice root, golden cocoons of some tiger butterfly. I don't know. It was a big word, and that hurt my line brain.
It is. Oh, Polymnia. Polymnia.
Yeah, I have it written down. I just.
Oh, okay, sorry. Let me get another nature check.
Yeah, hagstone, licorice root, feather.
Actually, you know, with
Cocoon.
that nature roll,
Butterfly.
you would know what all of these are. Not the Hagstone, but let's see, the Fey licorice root. You're familiar with that? You know, you would have been taught about that, and yeah, it's just like a licorice root, but instead of like the purplish, rose-colored leaf, these are going to be more bluish, and then the tiger wing butterfly cocoons. So you've seen those before.
Could I get specifically just because of the one for the licorice root, because that would, I believe, play into my herbalism kit? Could I get another roll just to recognize that?
Yeah, let's.
I know I rolled poorly, but
the herbalism. Yeah, that works fine. Let's go with the herbalism kit and go with intelligence. Or Arcana, either. Actually, any of them really work. Just different DCs for different things. Okay. Yeah, you definitely know what that is. Back in the Mistwood, they had this stuff. It wasn't like super common, but it was plentiful, and they're actually found amongst like other licorice patches, and like occasionally, like one of the shoots or might have the fake quality, and pretty much what this component does, you would know this, not so much Leicester, but Fomher. When you use this component to cast haste, you don't suffer from the exhaustion when it runs out.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Could be. Very cool.
Too bad I don't think that's on. I don't think that's on. Maybe I don't remember if it's on my extended spell list or not. Can't remember. Oh well, cool. Okay, so beyond the information, Alcaeus, did you enjoy your evening? It was supposed to be enjoyable as well.
Besides getting fleeced by the restaurant at 15 gold, we're supposed to have reservations so thank you for, switching that on us. And
I was going by a recommendation. I didn't yet. You realize you probably could have thrown like Jakob's name out there and it would have helped you too,
I'm trying not to use all of our host's good graces. He's already done enough after that debacle in the pit.
To be fair, we saved his life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you didn't, but still.
I would debate that's not quite true.
No, that was Pip that was helping us there.
Monkey's getting his bar. He's like, oh.
Alcaeus very much kept us alive.
I mean, when I first met Alcaeus, I thought his personality was kind of stiff. But I'll take my 1 point of psychic damage.
Can I have my dagger back? No,
yes.
not related at all. I don't want to use it on anyone, I swear.
Yeah, sure, sorry. Here's your dagger. Thank you. Nothing.
Oh, your hammer's in your hammer's back in your room.
I might need that later, depending. What you guys do? You guys have fun? Find out anything? Get into trouble?
We kind of hung out at the market that was just that's a little southwest of the where you were. We wanted to be nearby, but we ended up just having some food, listening to some music, exposed Leicester to some, social activities.
No.
Maybe got followed a little bit.
There was a suspicious
didn't
number
get
of people
robbed.
looking at us, but yeah.
Well, that's why I, was worried, especially after how many people seemed angry at our group that going out in public might. But seems we were okay for the evening anyway. But I need to get some sleep. Do we still want to leave tonight or later after 8 hours? Or do we want to postpone our trip until tomorrow morning?
I'm good getting out of here as soon as we can resupply. Obviously, let you rest, and we'll just kind of get ourselves set for a trip, and maybe we'll have to actually pay for the services of a couple animals.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys take care of that. See you in a few hours. I'm going to go bathe and get out of this clothes. And hopefully go to sleep.
Yes, have a nice cat nap.
Nobody hit my head while I'm sleeping, please.
I've been infected. Oh no. We'll see.
The
If Buttons
puns.
calls on out of contract, we'll debate it.
I am leaving.
Right, so yeah, so you go to the bath, go relax and stuff. You know, what is everybody else doing while he goes down? This time, I guess you'll hear Jakob kind of walking. You know, you hear his like bare feet against the tiles, and he yawns. You know, you see him. You know, and he's going towards the dining area. Like you can hear him going that way. Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning to everybody. Oh, whew. Come, I'm just about to have some breakfast, mate.
I think we'll join you. You just missed our young lion friend coming back from a late night.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Him and his lady friend out until the wee hours of the morning.
A lady friend. A turkey?
Yeah.
Really? Well, as the smith in the market would say, good for him. Yeah, that's awesome. That's good news. All right, yeah, I need some coffee.
Right behind you.
Yeah,
And
so
I'll-
I go there and go to the dining room. He's a little slow in the morning, you know, like with the talk and stuff. But once the coffee comes out, and after he takes his first sip, you know, he perks up and. So, what are you guys doing today? What's on the agenda?
I think we're going to be looking to acquire some steeds to help us get out ahead, start heading up north.
Up north.
Once Alcaeus is rested up,
Okay. I mean, you keep like.
we're going to take a look. Take a look at that portal that apparently.
Oh, you're going to look for the portal. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah. Okay.
And we're just seeing what we can find up there. It's really finding a way, if we can figure out a way for us and anyone else who's been brought here to be able to get home if they want to.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I think it's a great idea. I want to go home too. You know, I really do. Just trying to think of steeds though. Like, I mean, you're going up north. You know, but like, I mean, if you go up north, then you're gonna wind up. I mean, Bacanunya is like what, a day or two away. And then if you go to the west, you can hit water, and then if you go to the east, you're going into the mountains. Like, I'm not sure what kind of mountain is going to be good in any of those situations.
So you'd suggest us just go by foot?
I mean, it's, you know, it depends. I mean, it'll be a little bit slower, you know, obviously. You know, you have to travel a little lighter, but, you know, I mean, you won't have to. I'm not exactly sure what you're going to get into. You know, I mean, if you wind up, I mean, like, what are you going to get? Like a horse or a camel? A scorpion? I mean, a scorpion might be okay. You know, kind of pricey. Maybe a chocono. But they can be a bit skittish. They run off on you unless, you know, you're really good with them. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, whatever works, you know. Are you just going to travel, like, on the road? That's the whole thing. Eventually, you're going to have to get off the road.
Mm.
You know, so, like, mountains are nice if, like, you're on the road. But, like, once you start going through jungle or swamps, then things completely change.
And just because I'm unfamiliar with it, I know some folks have looked at a map and seen it. This is the only city in the area. There's no known villages or outposts or anything of that nature over that way.
No, there are things. Hold on, everybody. All right, who actually has the maps, the physical maps? I know Leicester has the large tattered map.
They're in.
And then there's who has the copy of Yakob's map for the surrounding area? I mean,
I
everybody.
don't think
should be-
anyone. We all have a picture. I don't think anyone's.
Alcaeus's
I don't
map
think we ever
cubes.
decided. it.
It's probably in my scroll case with the other.
Yeah, I don't think we decided.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
since
well,
that's where
this is-
they'd be safest.
Yeah, so everybody should be able to see this. If you want to see a larger version of the map, just right-click and open in a new window, and you'll be able to get a map that you can like zoom in on and do whatever. Each hex is 1 mile. And you guys, you know where you guys are at the edge of the desert.
Ish.
Okay, so as far as so Jakob will point out a couple of different locations that are kind of close. And close meaning like within a day or two. All right, if you take the road and go north, and you keep going north past the first right, okay, it starts to bend to the left, and then you'll be able to go to the west, and then you'll be able to go north from there. If you go to the west, there's a small village over there at the edge of the swamp. Can everybody see that?
I'm
Yes.
still pulling up. I got.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, just let me know when you're there. I want everybody to be on the same page. And I will get you the names of all of these places.
I remember when we had the map that told us the names.
Uh-huh.
Somebody took it away from us.
I have those names. Rest in peace. What are their names?
America.
How long ago was this?
So are we? Just to be clear, we're starting from, I assume, the bottom right of the map.
Yes. Yeah, the bottom right corner, like not the right corner, but like the top left of the desert area.
Right.
There's like a little settlement, and there's a road that goes north from there. So that's Ibat. That's where you guys are now.
Okay.
Now you guys keep on talking about looking for some kind of portal or whatever, and you keep saying up north. But the recollection,
It's down that first path.
yeah. So it would be like to the
Whatever.
north and then to the east. If you
Yeah,
wanna
in
go
that
back
like
for
pink.
Right.
Towards the pinkish
Sector.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the pinkish area.
Okay, and that's been referred to as like the colored forest by some people. You've heard that, or the colored woods, stuff like that. Okay, so if you are in the bot, that city on the bottom, and you take the road and you go north, straight north, you ignore the right turn. Okay, you keep going. The road is gonna start to bend over to the left.
Right.
I want to say Mateo Loquilla. You guys heard that? Well, two of you would know
Cursed.
the name.
Cursed.
And that's like that little mountain range directly to the right of that road that curves to the left.
Mm,
All right, so like that patch of
kind of where
forest
the
to right.
zombies were.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Alcaeus' friends are buried there.
Okay. All right. So if you continue taking that road,
I have the names. Yes.
if you continue taking that road that bends to the left, eventually you're gonna have to go either west or you can go north. If you go west, that's gonna take you to a town called Tabubata. Tabu. Tabu.
Boop.
Tabu Bapa. So
We about
Tabubata. Tabubata. And that's the like the coastal, the swamp village, right? All right. So if you go back to that road, and now you go north instead of going to the west, if you follow that and go all the way to the coastline, like up and to the left, that's Bacanunya. And that's where you guys started.
Yes.
That's where most of you guys started. So it's Bacanunya. Okay. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, from Bacanunya, if you follow the road along the river, to the east, and you just follow the river, keep going, you're gonna come across a small village that's called Sapo Ren. So SAPO''REN. All right, and that's kind of like what he can tell you about this immediate area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
And he'll explain
I
that
remember I
there are,
have some of the villages too.
yeah, he'll explain, that like further north of that river, there are a couple of other villages. There's some ruined sites, scattered throughout the islands, and whatever. And there's even like in that little like the estuary, or not the estuary, but I don't know. Let me see if I have a name for this shit. No, I don't. Okay, so there's a waterway that's like there's like a series of islands that are split all the way towards the top of the map on the right. There's like 3 irregular shaped islands that kind of follow the coastline, and there's another river up there. Up in those waters, there's a lot of exploration in there. He explains that there are a lot of ships that were lost through traveling there, and there's a lot of like sunken wreckage, and people like to go diving and stuff up there. All right, any questions?
So pretty much, if we are looking to go to the Colored Forest and to investigate for the portal there, having mounts with us would be, those mounts are staying with us the whole time, either until we bring them back, or until we get whatever our destination is, or they don't make it.
Or we all don't make it. Yes.
I mean, if you are going to get mounts, I would personally go for speed. Not necessarily strength or carrying capacity or hardiness or anything like that. Especially if you're going into the colored wood, it's very overgrown, and you're going to need something nimble. Maybe a kunin or something. Let's see. So, Leicester and Fomher. Let me get either Arcana or History checks, your choice.
Oh gosh.
I am equally bad at both of those.
Ooh. Ooh. Both bad. You're right.
They're not negative.
Oh, mine
for
are
me.
negative. Nope.
Hey, okay,
Good roll, though.
Fomher, you haven't seen one in probably over 100 years, but a kunin is just, it's like a giant rabbit, like a giant hare that a lot of they're considered fey, and they're mounts, some of the Sylvan elves and other forest types have a decent relationship with these giant rabbits. They're pretty fast. They're relatively weak. But they can travel throughout like dense wilderness really easily without much problems.
Jakob, your people here have kunin.
Shimali might have a couple, maybe. Haven't seen one in a while, but
I haven't seen one in over 100 years.
well, I haven't even been around for that long. But no, I want to say I probably. I mean, I've seen them here and there. It's just for the area, most people go with like the choconos or the scorpions. The kunin can be a little pricey, but I'm sure we can work something out with Shimali if that's something you're interested in.
Do you have any idea how pricey is?
Yeah, I'm thinking like 300 pharaohs at least each.
Oh, then that's I don't have that anymore.
All right. Well, does that?
I know they're not. I know they wouldn't be quite as good as the kunin in there, but would just for the road at least.
I mean, for the road, you can get like a donkey or a horse.
I'm thinking just getting some horses, and even if they're not traveling as well in the forest, they're going to be at least be burdened at that point.
That's an option. I mean, but even horses, you're looking at what? I think they're like 75 crowns apiece, something.
Are they that much?
I think so. Like a riding horse. Let me check. Riding horse. Yeah, 75 gold. And then the saddle is an additional 10 for a riding saddle. Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
pricey. Mounts are pricey, and then you gotta feed them. So, I'll tell you what.
Perhaps we take.
Yeah, go ahead. What?
So perhaps we take a stroll.
Mhm.
It's just plus you're not blocked to the roads. I mean, I don't know exactly what you're doing, but I think mobility is probably going to be in your favor. But I mean, you can think about that while breakfast is being made, and let's take our break. So it's like 8:10. Let's get back here in 15 minutes. 8:25. If you're out there watching this, you know you like what's going on, and you like seeing our paladin beat up his date. Then go ahead and.
Oh no, that sounds really bad.
Oh,
Oh no,
that's-
don't follow us if you like that kind of shit.
No, I know that was bad. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
no.
That was so tasteless.
Hey,
Redact. Redact.
hey,
Yeah, so,
phrasing,
yeah.
phrasing.
Yeah, it sounds really bad out of context. That's not what happened. But yeah, there we go. Shock. Okay, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, or do stuff like that, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. See you all in a minute.
Peace.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Woo.
Ooh, all right. All right. So, yeah. So you guys finished eating up with Yakov. Are there any questions or anything? Anybody want to ask anything?
Just did have one question I thought of, Jakob, if I could, just for some advice on the travel.
Yes, of course.
If we're agreeing with you, and I do see the wisdom in skipping over the mounts and maybe not necessarily sticking to the road. How are the woods, the forests that are in between, say here and the colored forest?
Oh, how what? I'm sorry.
How are they? Are they especially dangerous? Are there a bunch of
Oh,
is there any specific wild creatures we should be looking for?
well, I mean, the surrounding area in any direction is pretty harsh unless you're comfortable with the wilderness. Um, there are lots of just wild beasts that are dangerous. Giant scorpions, venomous snakes, giant crocodile. There are just so many different creatures out there, and that's just like the natural beasts. And then, of course, there are like the actual monsters. Depending on where you go, I mean, there could be all different types of things. You know, um, there are some undead. There are some like dark fey creatures. There are anything that you could imagine. There's so many different terrains so close by. I mean, anything that you might have heard of in stories, you might find it out there. It's not as safe as within the walls of Ibat. And
How far of a journey do you think it is to the edge of the colored woods? If we go through.
to the edge, if you go directly through, okay, if you were to go straight east, like follow the desert, and then just cut through the hills and the woods. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's like counting on his fingers in his head, I guess. I mean, the edge of the forest might be 18 miles, give or take. So almost a full day. If you can travel fast. Otherwise, you're looking at double.
So a day or two.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to the edge of the woods. And that's if you go straight east.
And we'd still be traveling through part of the desert with that way, or would we?
No,
Can we
no,
get a little?
no, straight east. I mean, you'd follow the edge of the desert for maybe 4 to 5 miles, if that, and then it becomes forested.
All right.
Somebody mentioned that that's the exact direction we would go to find Mithril as well. Stay south of the colored woods. Go east.
Well, the colored woods. I mean, if you're looking for like mithril, I mean, you might find some in the mountains, not too far from here. But like I know, like the larger mines, they're a little further out. Considerably further out.
And DM, on that map, I heard you say, but I missed it. How far is the hexagon?
1 mile.
Okay.
Yeah, like the major mithril stuff. Let's see, I don't have a scale on this one. Let's see, I don't know. The main mithril mines probably close to a week out, maybe 100 miles plus, give or take.
Alright, cool. I'll make a note.
Let's see. Opening up some maps. Okay, let's see. Hold on, I got a map opening up. Let me give you more accurate. accurate info. Come on. Why is it not moving? All right. So actually. Okay. So from butts, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, my apologies. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 40 miles or so. Before that range starts.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
it's about 40 miles. So it's about 2 days of unhindered travel, give or take. Okay, sorry about that. And then that mountain range itself, it's decent. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like 50 miles wide, that range at least. So it's a big mountain range. I mean, not huge, but for the mithril, plus other minerals and whatever. Right, so yeah, after breakfast, he'll excuse himself and say, I gotta go to work. But enjoy your day. I'll catch up with you soon. But if you're leaving town or something, let my wife know. Let somebody know.
Will do.
All right, so Alcaeus, you take a quick bath, you relax for a little bit, you kind of crawl your way up to your bed, and I guess you'll pass out.
I hope so.
All right. So while Alcaeus is sleeping, what do you guys want to do for the morning?
Does anyone need anything before we would be setting off?
Do we need any rations or anything? Do I have those still? Let me see.
Seems like it's 4 days at worst. Unless we go somewhere else.
Let's see here.
As far as finding food in the woods, just Fomher, you're an outlander, right?
Talking about like per the background, or
Yeah.
no? I was the Forgotten One follower.
Oh, right, a missionary. Okay. All right, so then
Yeah,
Leister.
Forgotten One missionary.
All right, so Leister,
Yes.
you I mean, you're comfortable in the forest, so like.
Yeah, I'd be
hunting-
able to get food.
Yeah, hunting, foraging, fishing, making simple traps and stuff. You should be okay.
Yes.
At least
Okay,
in the
good.
forest.
Yes. See, you still got antidotes.
Or you can always, yeah. So I mean, a couple of people have traveled through these jungles already. You know about the bugs.
Oh yes, those.
I mean, they didn't bother you, but
Yeah, that's true.
so
Yes.
some other people,
Those should be.
you might want to mention that.
Yes, I will. Leister will mention the bugs to the ones that might not know.
Like in what manner? What bugs?
I'm trying to remember what they did. I never had to pay attention, so I don't remember. They do some kind of damage to you over time, if I'm remembering right. I don't remember.
Yeah, they didn't
What's-
bother you, but I mean, just to help out land, and
Thank you.
yeah, they would explain that some of the other people they were traveling with, were getting attacked by the bugs, to the point where people almost died. And this is just from traveling. You know, like nothing actually like attacking. It's just the random bugs that are attacking people, and not attacking like initiative attacking, but just being bugs in the woods. And then there's either like antidotes, there's bug repellent, and then they have like herbal pouches that can be used to help ward off bugs too.
So you might want to go looking for some of those.
Sorry, I was actually sneezing. So as we're talking about that, I'll pull out. I'm sitting here trying to control it so I can talk. I pull out the bug off pouches that Leicester's explaining, and I'll hand one to Fomher and Alcaeus if they need it, and I'll offer it to Leicester. Do you need one as well?
How many do you have?
I bought 4.
Oh shit. Okay.
Perfect. I don't really need one, but I can keep a hold of one in case one of you loses yours. Whatever you think.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give one to each party member that wants one.
Does Baby have one?
I don't think so. I was going to say, yeah, Leicester will probably tie it to Baby, because usually Baby just got tucked into his cloak
Right. Okay.
and the bugs were out.
Yeah, so I switched it to 1 on my inventory so everybody else can add it for themselves.
Okay. Cool.
Is that something that's in the compendium, or is that?
Oh, in the Discord channel, it's in the homebrew items, but it's just a bug pouch and it'll protect you. It acts as insect repellent.
Okay.
I believe it lasts for a month, correct? Eric?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so yours actually have about 2 weeks left on them. I think you guys have been around for at least 2 weeks now, maybe even longer. All right, so you guys start mentally preparing for, I guess, your journey, trying to figure out. I don't know if you guys want to look at the maps and make a plan.
Yeah.
Over here.
Leicester would like. Oop, sorry.
No worries. Also, Jakob here in his study, he has like some maps and stuff. So, I mean, they're pretty similar to the ones you have, but and then I guess, how long are you guys gonna let Alcaeus sleep?
Get his full rest in.
Oh, you're gonna have to wait till the next day then, I think, right?
Well, if he went to sleep at what 8:30, 9, then I mean we could leave in the evening if we did, unless we were against traveling at night.
Yeah, but then it's gonna be like 24 hours before you can rest again, right?
That's true.
We might want to just wait one more day.
So do we need to not let him get a full rest then?
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you can either head out today and he'll be exhausted, or you can hunker down for another day.
Yeah, wait one more day. This boy dies like every second episode. Let him sleep.
I mean, yeah, whatever does it. If we could just, I mean, I'm even good just fast forwarding to the next day when we can leave and everyone's set, no exhaustions. We're on a normal sleep pattern.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. You can do that if everybody's cool with that. We can do that.
Yeah. I just one thing was I remember Leicester just had obsessively looked at that portal at one point. Could he try and recall the placement on the map from the map that Jakob gave us?
Let's get
to try and recall.
Let's get a history check.
Oh no.
You know what? Yeah, history. That's fine.
Oh, darn. Tragic. Oh, he's so forgetful.
Yeah.
Who are you people?
Yeah, you can't pinpoint which hex that would be in. You just remember it being somewhere in that area.
Around the... Dang it. And your D&D character is as forgetful as you. Tragedy. Okay, that's all.
What I will give you is you remember that it was kind of close to the road. Like, the road almost led directly into it, and it didn't seem too far, like, into the forest.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's probably safe for you to assume that it would be, let's say, within 4 or 5 hexes of the end of that road.
Okay.
Just not sure exactly where. Keen mind feet. Fuck the word. All right. So next day. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. It is the following morning. You guys can wake up whenever you guys like. Just give me a time, and we'll take it from there.
8 o'clock.
7:59.
7:58.
Oh no.
And this is like
Yeah,
when
I
you
will.
guys want to. This is when you guys want to
Damn
like
it.
wake up, or when you guys want to like leave, or what?
No.
We wake at dawn, so like
Ugh.
5:30.
Oh no.
Our characters are the morning people. We're not.
That's true. Makes
Fair.
sense.
You're right.
Oh,
You're right.
yeah, that's cool. You guys can wake up as the sun, comes up over the horizon.
And we let the day before we let them know that we were gonna head out and go looking for this portal in this general area.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that'll
if we
be.
don't come back, they know where our bodies are.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And Jakob, will, may the fates be with you. All right. So you guys are gonna start heading out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
I assume Lyser shares the idea of it being
Yeah.
somewhat
Along
close
the
to
path.
the road.
Mhm.
So should we more make that instead of heading straight east? Should we head like northeast towards that, or are we gonna make an
Maybe.
L?
So we wander around, and then we know what path it is.
All right. If the map is blurry on your end, you can try zooming out and back in, and it should correct it. Otherwise, just be patient, and roll 20 will catch up. Well, that's cool. It kind of shows the path that you guys have been on already. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that's where the thing branches. So if we follow the path, we'd have to backtrack all the way there.
So what's the? All right, cool. What's everybody doing, and what's the marching order?
I'd say stick to the path. Just Lester will share how the poor of luck the moment they barely strayed from the path last time.
Barely, but enough. 2 people died.
Yes.
I don't know. Leicester, you should probably lead the way. This would be your territory. I can
Yes.
either be behind you or bring up the rear.
Yeah, I'll be in the middle somewhere.
So why don't you take up the rear guard, Alcaeus? I'll stick behind Leicester, and you take up the rear guard in case we need your armor in the back.
All right, so Leicester, Fomher, Regis, Alcaeus. That's the order. What kind of distance between each person?
6 feet social distance.
Okay. All right, so you're just like a little caterpillar then, making it up the road. Everybody's gonna stay real close to each other.
Relatively, I mean,
Well, tell me.
we'll get hit. We'll get hit by a fireball, but not by anything that gets like 5 feet away.
All right. So 5 feet away. I mean, you just give me a distance.
Well, that's why I said 6 feet, so that like for example, green flame blade would not work on our group.
We can do. I mean, 5
That
is fine.
sounds rad as hell. What the? Oh.
I'll
Green
keep
flame
5 or
blade.
10 feet between me and whoever was second in line, whoever's in front of me.
Okay. All right. So you guys are gonna be relatively close then. All right.
Two dudes chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
All right. All right, Leicester. Let me get a D10.
No more 20-foot bubbles for me. I'm over the 20-foot bubble rule. That was 2 campaigns ago.
All right. So you guys are traveling, and it's probably like early afternoon, maybe in between 11 and 1ish. The sun is high, clear skies. It's kind of warm. You are picking up a warm, kind of sticky breeze that's coming from the west, and you can smell like the swamp and the salt air mixed in. And to the right is just like dense jungle, forest and whatnot, and like way out to the east. You can see a couple of like rock peaks, like shooting up outside of the forest, the canopy and whatnot. But your, first third of the day of travel has been uneventful. Haven't come across anybody on the roads, in either direction. And you guys rest for a little bit, kind of drink up some water, snack on some rations, and get ready for your second part of the journey, I guess, right?
Right.
All right, sounds cool. Second in line, Fomher. Let me get a D10. All right. And then roll me a D8. Okay. All right. So you guys aren't traveling, too much, further past your break, and
Standing apologies apply for any ill-fated activities from rolls.
it's part of the game. It's part of the game.
How dare you roll that dice?
Apparently, Roll20 likes to show me red numbers tonight.
Oh no.
All right, as you guys are traveling,
This milk.
the road kind of disappears, and the area kind of seems like a little overgrown, and you can see like little bodies of standing water and this, that, and the other thing. You can see like the almost like a rough clearing of where the path would be, but like the actual road, it just seems to like kind of like disappear a little bit.
Why does it seem like we're losing the path here?
Leicester will try and look around and see if something they're off path or the path has just been flooded.
Let me get a perception check. Okay. Kind of like looking around, you're looking at the ground, and it seems almost as if. Actually, I'll whisper you.
Ooh.
No. Whisper.
Is it Alcaeus that wears heavy armor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I'm
say
gonna put my hand on
Fear.
your butt of the trickster you.
Why? fine. Nothing's wrong.
Now you can normal roll.
There's nothing going on here.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
There is
Oh
no war.
no. No. Did Jet just die?
Here's the horrifying thought. Toph would know.
Oh, yes. She definitely... Well, she said he was lying. So she knew.
And she heard it.
I mean, he might have petered out a little bit later. Maybe. Like...
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
The first part is Westward, the second part is not.
Yes,
supposed to be.
I was very...
It's supposed to be, but yeah, that's where we are.
I'm not reading.
So what second part? I don't know what you're talking about. All I see is the result of my D8, which I...
All you see is Leicester talking aloud to himself.
And this would be, I mean, the road thing is happening, you know, like immediately, but that movement is probably a good 100 feet ahead.
Okay, so Leicester will kind of signal for the group to kind of pause. And be like, do any of you see the movement up ahead? Something's hidden the path on purpose.
I don't know. Do we?
Say, can we take a crack at seeing?
Okay, yeah, whoever wants to go ahead and take a look around, let me get a perception check, please.
For once, it is Leicester's eyes.
He's pointing ahead. I'm gonna look around the surrounding woods. Is what I would like to be looking around at.
Okay, yeah, let me get a perception check. Okay, very cool. Okay, I am going to put Regis and Leicester on the map because they can see. So give me 1 second.
Alright, Fomher. This is where we shine, by not being able to see anything.
Right?
Just my life.
This lack of vision is due to me being dumb blind, not due to like lack of light blind, correct? Because the first one is understandable, the second one can't really happen.
No, it's daytime. It is daytime.
Nighttime. Daytime.
Right? Now, this isn't necessarily your position for the people who can see. I'm just putting you on the map so you can see, okay? But you guys are actually about another, let's say, 50 or 60 feet south on the map. Okay, so you guys can see what you can see.
The map in.
And then I'm going to zoom these in for you just so you can get better details. Okay.
My view hasn't changed yet. I
Your
don't
view
know.
has not changed. Oh, that's because I put your tokens on the map, but I never... Okay. Hold on. I've only been doing this for like 3 or 4 years. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Okay, there you go. Now you should be able to see.
Yes.
Alright, and then I will... There you go.
These things that you see, are they like looking at us? You know what I mean? Like, do they seem to be aware of our presence?
Yes.
So.
And they also seem to be hiding. Like
Okay.
they are trying to hide. You can tell.
So I'd like to take that moment and make telepathic link with each of my companions. I have to do it separately.
Okay.
I just quickly make them aware that there are hiding possible enemies ahead of us,
Okay.
and kind of give them a general,
So you
just a
can do
very quick but general idea of where those would be.
All right. It's an action per usage, right?
I mean, it's just talking. It's not a usage. It's just I have the ability to talk that way. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think,
Okay.
but hold on, I'm gonna double check that.
Yeah,
though.
pull
It's my
it
first
up
time
real
using
quick.
the Ghostwise. Yeah.
Yeah, just pull it up.
If I link it, do you want me to link it in the chat for you? I don't know if it goes only to you though.
Yeah, just well, I mean, copy and
Let it
paste it
roll.
or whisper it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so it does just post it for you then. I
Okay,
didn't know how
yeah.
that
All
would
right,
work.
cool. So one at a time. Okay, very cool. That's awesome.
And that's why I said quickly, because I don't want to like give them a full, just the general sense.
All right. So yeah. So I guess everybody will hear Regis's voice in their head. And what are
Which
you
is
saying,
the
real
first
quick?
I see at least 3 enemies ahead of us, 1 up to the left and 2 to the right. That's the only 3 I see, right?
You see
Or-
whatever you see. So.
Okay, well, and 2 more past the one on the left.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah, I
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Everybody, let me get a deception or performance check.
8. Deception or performance. Deception or performance.
Okay, so the 2 people who could see things are being the most obvious, and the people who don't see anything, the people who don't see anything seem completely oblivious.
Secretly
that-
talking, but I'm
That kind
staring
of
at
fits.
them.
That is too funny. Yeah. So
I'm just pointing.
okay, so at this point, okay, let me try something. Give me 1 second.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many can you see?
All of them.
But I think the shadows block some for me. Then
Okay. Leister sees lots of.
I think I only see 5 unless something is. I'm also colorblind, so sometimes stuff blends in with other stuff.
Ah,
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's
Are
fair.
you like red and green or yellow and blue or?
Yeah, red and green.
Okay.
For the most part, blue and purple a little bit too, but red and green for the most.
Oh shit. Okay.
Which I can still see it. I'm just saying, like sometimes it blends in. Like I didn't see the 2 top left ones for
Well,
me.
we had a player in the last campaign who was colorblind, red and green like that, and I actually changed some of the maps to make it a little bit more contrast to make it a little bit easier. But okay, so give me 1 second. Ooh, okay. Okay, at that point, okay, so as Regis and Lice, as Regis starts, feeding information back, and Lice is kind of looking out there, like trying to get a head count. Everybody now can see some kind of movement up ahead, and there's definitely some kind of shifting. So I will actually, I'm just gonna put everybody up on the board now. So
Yes.
give me 1 second.
Yeah, they just see Leister counting on his fingers, and they see him get up to 8.
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Up again. And then,
Can you move aside so I don't count you twice? No.
math is hard. Please stay still.
Yeah. Everybody should be on. Did everybody change maps?
Mhm.
Okay, good.
It's changed, but it's black for me.
Okay. I will get you up on the.
You are blind.
We are. I can see.
I can see now.
I can see too much.
Oh. What happened? Oh, baby.
Okay.
I was like, why did the lighting
Alright, so
change?
at that point, you see them trying to shift over. They all notice that you notice them. And hold on a second. Why are you guys so far up on the board?
And I look at
Why,
him.
do I notice that they notice that they
look
notice
at
me?
me. And he
You should
looks
actually
at
be
me.
back here. Okay.
And I look at him.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, that's okay. All right. Let's roll initiative. Yeah, everybody seems like they were trying to surprise. They did not get it. So let's make it happen. Remember to click your token before rolling initiative. Otherwise, it will not count.
Okay, am I on baby or am I on Leister? This is the. No, okay, there we go.
All right, look at us with those initiatives. Oh, thank you, Leister.
Well, yeah. So Eric, I have to re-roll mine though, right? Because my halfling luck. So.
It should. You should have that on your sheet already clicked.
So I can explain that, and I didn't know how to fix it. It's because when I had that, and then I put the actual lucky feet on it, like they're named the same thing, and it got rid of halfling luck. So I just put it back
Really?
on manually. Yeah.
No,
it was weird.
they should be completely independent of each other. Give me one.
I know
second.
I click and drag the lucky feet after building the character, and they were named the same thing, so it like deleted it, and then I just manually copy and pasted it.
Because the thing is on your, because the lucky feet, that you have to manually re-roll, because you can choose what you're gonna re-roll. But with the halfling luck, it's a global modifier that you should be able to click on the last sheet. There should be a thing in there that says halfling luck somewhere on the left side. And it's clicked. So what I'm thinking is that it rolled. No, there's no way you got 2 1s in a row. That's weird. I'll tell you what. Click off the halfling luck. I'm gonna do it. I got rid of your halfling luck. So what happens now is that if you roll a 1, you're gonna have to remember to re-roll it on your own.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem.
So go ahead and re-roll that.
Sorry.
No worries. It's okay. We had a halfling in the last campaign too. She set it up beautifully, where it would re-roll it unless it was another 1. And I don't know how
the
they
problem
really did it.
once the lucky feet like switched it out and I manually put it back in, I didn't want to rebuild the whole character to get halfling luck back on, because I couldn't find it in the compendium to like re-add it to the sheet.
Right. Oh, I got you. Okay.
Because it was a racial feature, so I didn't want to have to rebuild the whole character I just got done working on. I could do that before next game. I don't mind, but.
Can you guys see the name of the creature in the initiative bar?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, good.
Nope.
Okay. Very cool. Leister, you're up first. You could see them kind of shifting throughout the woods, and they have. You can see short bows.
The one that always shoots first is first. Oh no. Well, Leister will pull out the bow. Which one? Panic. Always panic. Never not panic. Let's see. Should I go for the one that has a different thingy on it? Sure. Leister will hunter's mark this bitch.
Okay. Hunter's mark.
Hunter's mark.
It's within range.
Right. I always forget that. Might not be.
What's your range?
Might not
90
be.
feet or
Maybe
120?
90. Oh, dang, 95. Damn it. Okay, I'll put it on this bitch for now.
You can move.
You can move before Hunter's Mark.
Oh, that's true. I forget. I panic. I always panic.
It's been so many sessions since the fight.
Yes, it's immediately default back to panic mode. Okay, if I move up this blaster pad, now I can hunter's mark that bitch.
Alright.
Bitch.
Hunter's mark that bitch. And go ahead and put the concentration icon on yours.
Yes.
And okay. Then what?
Concentration. That one. And then I shoot.
The screen is so weird. I'm trying to zoom in.
Good at
And
this.
it's like when I zoom in, it cuts off the whole bottom of the map. I don't get it.
Hmm. Yeah, that's happened to me a few times. If you zoom in and out, eventually it fixes it.
Oh well.
And I shoot the bitch.
Okay. First one is a hit. Yeah, so you get an arrow and just and so you're rolling d6. Oh, that wasn't even. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, you just hear it scream, a feminine scream, and it just drops.
Hopefully that makes them run. And Lester will just aim at it. The one behind them, I guess. They'll
Okay.
just aim at that one and
Go ahead, roll up.
shoot off another one. Nope.
Oh, yeah, that one it quickly like dodges behind a rock, and the arrow goes past it, lands into a tree or something behind it. Anything else?
No, I'm good. End
All
turn.
right, Regis, you're up. What would you like to do?
I would like to, first from right here, just cast Bless on all three of my companions.
All right,
First
very
level.
cool. Quick little incantation, and everybody feels as if the luck has been kind of twisted in their favor. So it's all three of them?
Correct.
And how long does that last?
1 minute.
Okay, so
There's concentration, but I don't know how to do what you just told her to do. The
okay,
concentration.
if you click on your token, right, there's gonna be a little circle thing to the bottom, like a button. If you click on that button, right, then there's a bunch of like little different icons or whatever that pop up. Now what you could do is it lasts for up to a minute, right?
Correct.
All right, so if you hover over the stopwatch, so it's going to be towards the right, like in the middle, towards the bottom. If you hover
Got it.
over and then you hit the number 0, go ahead and do that. Okay, so now you know you have 10 rounds left. Okay, next round, what you're going to do is you go back to that same icon, you hover over it, and then you'll hit 9. And then it'll do a countdown for you. All right? I'm just teaching you how to do that. I trust you to keep track of your own stuff. I mean, like Leister hasn't marked hers or theirs, but I know it only lasts, I mean, that shit lasts for like an hour or some craziness. So,
Yes, 1 hour.
okay, so for everybody who has the Bless on them, go ahead and click your token and give yourself like the little heart or something. And you're going to have to remember to roll an extra d4 whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw. Or a skill check. Is it skill checks too?
No, I believe it's just save and attack roll, so I'm looking right now to be sure. Yeah, attack roll or saving throw.
Okay.
I think there is a modifier you can select on your
And the
sheet.
global thing?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, that's
I won't because mine apparently
Yeah,
already
yours
does
already
it
there, so-
automatically.
No, don't put the concert. Okay, all right, cool.
I didn't mean to. That was my mistake.
Okay,
Set-
all right. So
set
just,
the
that's
right
just
heart.
to remind you guys. All right. So you guys
Oops.
are responsible for remembering your own bonuses because I got my own
Sorry.
stuff to remember. Okay. So we're just gonna go moving about. Okay.
Yeah, so. And then I'll move to 15 feet there, and then that ends my turn.
Alrighty, Fomher, you're up.
All right. We're gonna move 5, 10. And move there. I believe. Oh yeah, he's okay. Okay, we're gonna Eldritch Blast
All right. Good. Roll
at,
up.
and it is at this one there.
Okay. All right. That does that hit?
That one
That
didn't.
That one.
Wow, that's the
yeah.
first. hold on. That's
That
the first time I want to notice that did not roll the bless automatically. It was the first time, so I do
Oh
need
shit.
to roll that add to it. That's the first time it hasn't done that.
Yeah. That is super weird. So go ahead and roll a d4. Nice. Now it hits. And yeah, so the first blast comes out, this eldritch energy comes running through, and it like blows a huge hole in this thing's gut. You know, and it's just like bleeding and everything. It's still standing, barely. Like, but you can like kind of see the spinal cord like through the stomach.
Oh, can't let it live through that. We'll just give a.
Follow up. Yeah, second one just kind of like severs this thing's spinal cord, and it folds over on itself and collapses into the jungle. Anything else?
Is the. Nope, that'll be it.
All right. Alcaeus of the Sunfields.
Alright. Is there any difficult terrain or anything through here?
Nah, we'll keep
Or
it
is
simple
it-
for now.
Why is it going through half squares? Hold on. I don't want to go through half squares. There we go. Let's see. 5, 15. 35 diagonal. And crap. Still a little far. I'll still try it. I'll take out a javelin and throw it.
All right.
It'll be a disadvantage, but
Yeah, roll up.
disadvantage. Javelin.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Yeah, so you go and throw it, and this thing is like hiding behind this, you know, this palm tree, and it's like it keeps like poking its head out, you know, and you kind of time it, and you just you catch this thing, and it hits it. All right. So,
Now that I can like actually see them, do they look like the things that we saw on the beach the first day?
yes.
Okay. Now I don't feel bad attacking them. Kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
we're
why
good.
Leicester was like, okay.
That is my turn.
All right, they go. Okay. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let me just do some maneuvering real quick. That's so weird, the measurements. Like, why is it giving me 0.1 whatever? Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, there's 8 of them, so I'm just gonna split them to 2 each person. And we're gonna go from left to right. Alcaeus, Lysa, Fomher, Regis in that order. Keep it nice and simple. Okay, so Alcaeus, first one. That's a miss. Second one, that's a 20. Does it hit?
Yes.
Alright. 5 piercing damage plus 1 poison damage.
Ow.
Okay. Now we're gonna do Leicester. 20 hits.
Yes.
And an 18 hits.
Yes.
Alright, so you are
Yes.
going to take a total of 5 piercing plus 4 poison, and that's already reduced.
Okay, so
Okay?
5 plus 4.
Yeah, so 9
Right.
total. I'm going to do Fomher. That's a miss. 23, that hits.
Yeah, it'll hit.
Okay. 2 piercing plus 6 poison. And then Regis. Let's see. Oh, you got a decent AC. Okay. Regis. First one is a miss. Second one is another miss. Yeah, so you're there just like kind of ducking, and like arrows are just kind of flying overhead. And that's it for them. Back to the top. Leicester, you're up. What would you like to do? Okay, hold on.
Switch.
Who got hit? Nobody's doing... Okay, alright, continue. So who do you want to
I'll
switch to?
switch hunters. This one. This one. And then I will shoot. Shoot. Wait, no, that's good, I think.
That's a hit. Alright, add a d6. You catch this one real nice, right like just to the side of its sternum. So it got an arrow sticking out of its chest and it's screaming and it's still standing there.
I will shoot again then.
Oh, you know what? No, that was actually enough to kill it. Sorry. That was just enough.
Yeah.
Alright, so your second one will miss whatever you shoot. So.
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Add a d4.
Oops.
And that's a hit. Okay. So which one do you want to attack?
I'll just go for the next one beside it.
Okay, cool. So it's the same deal. This one you shoot right in its thigh. It's cursing at you in Sylvan. Okay.
Do we? Wait, no, one of us should.
Anything else for you?
Yes. No, I end my turn. Thank you.
Okay, Regis, you're up.
Am I allowed to ask a mechanical question real quick?
Yeah.
It's my first time. Okay. So your attacks that you rolled, since I can't see your roll, how does that work for my lucky feat? Because I'm not supposed to know if it hit me, but I am supposed to know what you rolled.
For the lucky feat. Oh, you're right.
So however you want to do that, I just don't know.
So, just do me a favor, pull that up. I have a character who has that feat. Yeah, because you get to choose the roll afterwards.
Yeah.
Let's see. You can choose to re-roll it after you know the roll, but before you know the outcome.
But I don't get to see your rolls.
Right. So, okay, you can spend 1 luck point to when an attack roll is made against you. Roll a d20 and then choose whether the attack uses the attacker's roll or. Oh shit! I guess for you, I'm gonna have to let you know what I roll.
Is there a way for you to do that? Like, are you just gonna whisper me? Because otherwise, I see if it hits me or not. If you don't whisper the actual attack.
You're right. Okay, let me read that.
You see, this is where it gets convoluted. I don't care. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I just was thinking about it while you were trying to hit me. Sorry, everybody.
No, it's all
My
good.
first time using
No,
it. So.
Grr, the damn luck feat. No.
I asked him if I was allowed to take it or if he doesn't allow it beforehand.
Let's
So.
see. You can also spend 1 luck point when an attack roll is made against you. Roll a d20 and then choose whether the attacker uses the attacker's roll or your roll. I'm wondering, actually, Tyler, chime in on this too, because it's saying when an attack is made against me, not after.
Well, yeah, but you still need to see the roll.
See, for the first part, for the rolls that he does, it says you can choose to spend 1 of your luck points after you roll the die.
Right.
All right, but it doesn't say after for the incoming. You can also spend 1 luck point against when an attack roll is made against you. So I'm wondering if that's like roll a d20 and then choose whether the attack uses yours or the attacker's roll. If one or more luck point, they cancel each other out. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to be I know what you roll, but not if it hits. But it's kind of hard to do in roll 20. So.
Well, what I could do is, I could just tell you what I roll. Like, hey, I rolled a 20, or I rolled an 18. I'm gonna have to do that with you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know. No. It's all good. Just remind me though, okay? So,
Yep.
All right. So it's your go. What would you like to do?
All right, so I would like to move.
Oh, also diagonal movement. The first space is 5 feet. The second space is 10 feet. Otherwise, left, right, up and down are 5 feet. Okay.
Okay.
So that's just for diagonal move. The second one counts as 10.
Okay, so I'll move 10 feet there,
Mhm.
and then use Sacred Flame on the closest one to me.
All right. Cool.
So I'll roll that for you. Be a dex save for you. There's that.
All right. I rolled an 11. So it fails. Well,
So it takes
I rolled an 11.
Well, I can't. It's only when you're attacking me, so you know.
Oh, okay. All
I
right,
can't
cool.
make you reroll saves. It's just if you're making an attack against me. So
Okay, cool.
just really, it's just if you're attacking me, just tell me what I roll, I guess. So
Yeah,
before you
we'll
tell me if
figure
it
it
hit
out.
or not.
We'll figure it out, no worries.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah,
then
so
I'll go back.
yeah, this mote of radiant flame comes flying out the sky and winds up hitting this thing.
And then after I do that, I will just duck right back to where I was.
All right, cool. Fomher, you're up.
Alright. They're in range. I don't need to worry about it. First one. Yeah, I see two of them that are kind of hurt. I'll try to finish off this one here.
Okay. Go ahead, roll up.
And wow.
Add a D4. Roll a D4. Okay.
I did.
It just barely hits it, and that's enough to knock it on its ass. So Eldritch Blast comes out, hits this thing right in its head, and snaps his neck back, and he like kind of stumbles back a little bit, and it falls into this little water. Whatever. All right, next attack.
And this one here.
Oh, I'm getting a red bar from Roll20. So, all right, go ahead. Oh, that one up there. All right, cool. Go for it. Roll
Yeah.
up. Nice. Yeah, your other blast, quickly adjust and you shoot out from the hip almost, sending your eldritch energy towards this creature and knocking it back into a couple of bushes, and it's down. Anything else?
And I will. One, two, go. There.
Alright. Yeah, quickly scoot back through some bushes. Find some cover. Alcaeus, you're up.
Before I go, it's either A or B. There is no right or wrong way to use the second bullet of the Lucky Feet. You either can tell him or you don't have to.
Tell him I don't have to. But how is he going to make a decision if I don't tell him?
Because, let's see, right here, you either can do A, GM states enemy is going to attack, player says I wish to use a luck point, and rolls a die together with the GM, and then chooses which die he uses, or you roll an attack against the player, let the player see the dice roll, and then you get to decide after if they want to use the luck point.
Right, okay, alright.
So it's either A or B. Both, Jeremy Crawford said that both are
Right.
proper uses of
Yeah,
the
I
feat.
think
It just
that-
depends on the DM.
The way we normally been doing it is they get to know the role and then decide
Right.
whether or not they want to use
Yeah.
it. So yeah, let's just stick with that for consistency. And I'll just let them, I'll let Jeremiah know what I wrote. Not the end result, but the die roll, just the number. So we'll do it like that for now, I guess. Okay, you're up.
Let's see.
Thank you for that.
1, 2, 3, 4. And another javelin at the same dude.
Do me a favor. Make a dexterity saving throw.
All right, I can do that with such.
DC 15. Oh,
Look, DC
oh,
15.
you
There
just
you got
made
it.
it. You just made it.
Thank you,
All right.
blessed. Hashtag blessed.
So as you start moving over, and just as you move past that large leafed plant directly to the right, you go to step, and you step on a little twig, and like a snare, kind of like you hear like a, and you just instinctively pull your foot back, and like this little like a noose, or a lasso that would have run around your foot, like you avoid it, and like the thing snaps up, and it's hanging in the air. So okay, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Man. Javelin.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, second javelin, you plant it almost like within 2 or 3 inches from where the first one is sticking out, and this thing winds up dropping.
Good.
And yes.
Well, they only can do one thrown javelin attack in the round. Stupid item interactions. I'm good.
all right. There you go. All right, 1 on your left. 1, 2, 3. I only have 3 left.
I think so.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 on Alcaeus because he's really close, and then on the one on the right is gonna go for Fomher. I think Fomher's closer. Let's see. Yeah, Fomher would be closer technically. Okay, so 2 on Alcaeus. First one, that's a miss. Second one, another freaking miss. Yeah, these things are hitting you, and it's like they're just kind of like they're hitting you, but it's like the rings on your jade chain are so tight that they're just not piercing. They're not getting through. And then 1 on Fomher. Same deal. This one comes and hits you right in the chest, and your new chest plate just deflects that arrow like it was nothing. You didn't even feel it. And then they're gonna start running. Does anybody speak Sylvan?
I do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought you did. All right. Cool. So
I used to.
You will.
I should. I don't. Aw.
I didn't say anything earlier when you said that that they cursed in Sylvan, but I didn't know if it was going to be pertinent.
Yeah, they just start running. But you can hear them, yell out. They're like, they're too tough. That's it.
I'll yell in Sylvan to them. You should maybe think before you try attacking random strangers.
All right, Leicester.
Do I shoot? I want to shoot them, but would Leicester shoot them? Oh no. I will shoot. No, I don't need to shoot, but I want to shoot. I shoot. I shoot.
I'm thirsty. Oh no.
I think.
No.
Can I? No, they're out of my range to switch any hunter's mark to any of them, right? They're all like 90 feet away. Yeah.
Are they more than 90? I mean, you can move too. Remember,
I think
you
so.
can move.
Oh, I always
So you don't have
forget
to,
like
you're not-
has legs.
You're not a tree. Like, you don't have to like root yourself.
I want to play chess, apparently. Okay.
Leicester kind of wants to be a tree because trees don't have to talk to people.
You're right. You're right.
Sure.
Okay. I think they're in range.
Yeah, you should be good.
Yes, they are in range.
You have 300 feet of range or something like that without? Because don't you?
Oh, they're definitely in
Didn't you-
range of my arrow. I just want to be cheap and also hunters mark them. Yes, I will hunters mark
Ah,
this one. This bitch might die yet.
So this is all right. So Hunter's marked that one.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, roll up.
Yes. I feel that I want to kill.
Yeah. This one, as it's running, you kind of reach out with your senses and you lock onto it, and you arrow. It almost goes in slow motion. And it's like imagine the camera following the arrow, and you can see it slowly spinning in the air as it goes through the trees, and it just hits this thing right in the base of its spine, or the base of its head. The nape, and its arms just kind of go up in the air and it falls forward on its face. Doesn't even scream.
Okay. Leister won't shoot the next arrow. It's just one more warning shot. Warning shot like I'm a fucking cop.
Oh shit! All right, Regis. Regis, you're up. Warning shot like a cop. Shot to the back of the head. Boom. Stop resisting. I'm sorry. Regis,
Let that be a warning to you.
I'm gonna start by moving just 25 feet there,
Okay.
and then not really see too much. I'm just gonna dash to there. That's my turn.
Sounds good. Over.
Gonna move a little bit just for. Didn't mean to do that. Hold on a sec. There. 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 Okay. Oh, let's see. For the sake of it, measure it out.
You should be good, right? You got a range of like 120.
Yep. Just making sure.
Good.
Yeah. We'll go for this one up in the top left corner,
Okay. Go ahead, roll up.
because if there is one in the top right, I can't see it now because of the tree.
All right, cool. Yeah, a beam of Eldritch energy goes straight through. It's like knocking like leaves and whatever else is like in between you and it out of the way, and it winds up hitting it. It's still running.
Number 2.
The second one. All right, yeah, 2 hits, and this thing is still running. Just barely. I gotta move it down because I can't. Oh, let me edit it. Okay.
Oh, it's barely up. Dang.
Barely. Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Alrighty. Alcaeus.
Let's see here. For shits and giggles. 5, 10 up here. I'm gonna take one of my javelins out of this guy, and I'm just gonna try to hit that guy running.
All right, roll up. Is that in long range or short range still?
Yeah, it's disadvantage. Disadvantage. Let's just see. Come on.
That's a hit. Yeah. And yeah, so it's like, as it's running, it's it has the 2 Eldritch blasts that come and hit it from behind, and it's like it's stumbling forward, and it almost falls, so it's like it catches itself really quick with its hands, and it goes to stand up and like start running again, and it's like the javelin comes out of nowhere and just like kind of goes right through his thigh and like pins it to a tree, and then it like just kind of screams and stops moving. He's hanging from this tree or something pinned. Yeah, let's go.
Like a bolt into a young Stark.
No.
All right, anything else?
No, that's it. Enter.
All right. Yeah, this one's just gonna book it. So, choom choom, and it runs off the map. So it'll be an additional 70 feet from where it is. So, Lyser, you're up. And it is currently 70 plus 70. So it's 140 feet away from where you are right now. and it has heavy cover. Not that it really makes a difference to you.
Oh, still in range.
And you could even move closer.
Tempts me. What is this technology, legs?
Mobility?
Nah, Leister will let the one to tell the story. That's evil. Leister does not think that. I take that.
Oh, are we getting some dredges of the memories?
So are you doing anything? Are you just gonna let it go?
Yeah.
Intern?
No, Leister will just let them run. Yes. End turn.
Alrighty. Regis?
Will not waste arrow.
I'm just gonna move up to the closest felled enemy and start checking them out, just searching them.
Alright, cool. Let me get either perception or investigation check from you. Oh wait, no, give me a deck save. DC 15. Ooh, okay, cool. Yeah, so as you start moving, it's like you kind of like move, right next to you start moving some of these large leafy things out of the way so you can start going to approach this body, and a snare on the ground. It like locks into your foot and it starts cutting into your ankle.
Ow.
Moving was a trap.
Alright, so 7 points of slashing damage as this thing is like kind of tearing it into your ankle, and you're technically grappled. That's it. So I mean, you can still start searching.
Well, no, I think I'll. I mean, that was only my movement, so I guess start trying to get out of the trap.
How do you want to do that?
I would put my short sword in between. You said it's like a snare, so like a bear trap kind of deal.
No, it's like cordage with thorns. It's like rope.
I see. I mean, I'll try to cut the cord.
Okay. That's a piercing weapon. All right, make an attack roll.
And I also owe you a concentration check.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah, that's easy. It's DC 10.
So that goes away.
Okay. Everybody loses the bless.
And then short sword.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, you're there, and it's like, you're trying to stab at this rope or whatever, and you just like kind of find it at the perfect spot, and you're able to slice right through it, just, and it it releases the little snare. Pretty nice. All right.
And
Anything else
then-
from you? You got a bonus action?
No, not to do anything with.
Alrighty. Fomher?
Did I notice him get caught in a trap?
What's your passive perception?
I want to say 14. Yeah, 14.
Yeah. I mean, you noticed that Regis, went into this bush, and you heard a loud, like that or whatever, and then, I'm sure he went from the pain a little bit, so you definitely noticed something happened.
I guess I'll move towards him. You alright there, Regis?
Alright, go ahead and move.
Noticing he's getting himself out. That was my movement. I will go ahead as my. Let me make sure I'm doing this. Yeah. Since Misty Step is a bonus action, I will use my one Misty Step to go another 30 feet.
Okay.
I assume that it's still under the same diagonal distance rules
Yes.
for Misty Stepping.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here.
So it'll be 5, 15, 20, 30. If you go pure diagonal. Oh, okay, never mind.
I did kind of a Z move to get for that.
Okay.
Because I'm essentially trying to get to this one that was unique looking.
Okay.
So
Sure.
my last bit, I will go ahead and use my action to dash to get the rest of the way, or at least as close as I can in that.
Let me get a deck save. After the first
Okay, I
5 feet
figured.
of movement. Going DC 15.
Oh, from there it is? Okay, I thought I avoided it. Oops. Nope.
Okay. Yeah. So same deal. You're kind of walking, and it was just it's like you notice it right after you step in it. It's kind of like it's like, oh shit, boom, like that.
I thought I was avoiding it.
All right, so seven points of slashing damage, and you are grappled.
So does that mean that used up my action, or do I still have my action?
I think, let's see, you did a move, then you
And then I did
a
my bonus action.
and then you started dashing, which was your action, and then it stops you. Yeah.
Okay, so it stopped me mid dash. So okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was technically before I dashed or after I started. So
Oh, no,
okay.
It was the first 5 feet. So.
Okay.
Alcaeus, you're up.
I'm just going to take my other javelin and add it to my quiver. And check the body for anything interesting.
Let me get a perception or investigation check, your choice.
Perception it is.
Okay, cool. You do a quick rummage, and you do find a small pouch hanging from, the belt, or whatever, some kind of like belt, or on this thing. And you let me get a D6, please.
D6.
All right. And there are 4 stone-tipped arrows
4 arrows.
in a small leather pouch.
4 arrows in a small leather pouch. Okay.
Okay. So you still got a bonus.
Yeah, I have nothing. And turn.
Alrighty. Okay, that's gonna keep on running, and then we will be out of initiative.
Yeah.
So you can Fomher, you'll easily be able to cut yourself out of this thing, without a problem. And then
Okay.
everybody can just kind of freely move however they like and do whatever they like.
Then I would like to check out the unique looking one.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, go towards the unique one.
Yeah. So go ahead and do that. Let me get a perception or investigation check from you. Regis, what do you want to do?
Now that I'm
searching
free,
that body?
now that I'm free of this snare, I'll search the body.
All right. Perception or investigation from you. Leicester, what are you doing?
I'll try and stay on the path more, but go towards these bodies and check them out.
Okay. I'll put yourself right next to them. Okay.
I'll just continue going around bodies.
Okay. All right. So let's just say collectively, everybody's gonna search and stuff. I'm gonna do Fomher real quick. Fomher, let me get a D6 from you. All right. You actually find 2 gold coins, and you're not sure where they're from. Right, and you also find an arcane focus, and it looks like a little shrunken head. That's kind of like hanging by its hair, but the eyes are like stitched shut. The mouth is stitched shut, but it just looks like a little shrunken head. But it's an arcane focus. You'd recognize it as such.
Can I get any indication of what the origin of the head is, or it is so malformed that it...
Let me get an Arcana check from you as you start, dwelling on that. All right, Regis, let me get a D6 from you, please. All right, you find one stone arrow that's usable. That's it.
Woohoo!
All right, Leicester, let me get one from you. Perception or
Oh, okay. Perception.
Perception or investigation, your choice. Nice. Yeah, you'll find 6 usable stone-tipped arrows.
Yeah.
Right. And a short bow, a usable short bow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's a primitive bow. It's not like a recurve or anything fancy. It's just like a flat bow. Let me get a nature check from you. Okay, yeah, it's wood. It's just nice wood. All right, and
Wood.
Okay,
Nice.
everybody else. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's say collectively. Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay, there are 18 more arrows found. All right, and collectively 21 silver pieces found, in addition to whatever anybody else found individually. And that's it. And up ahead, you can see probably maybe 100, 150 feet up ahead. You can see the road continues.
Eric, you're saying my amazing Arcana roll got me nothing?
I don't see you. Where's your Arcana roll? Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
It was
I'm
so
being
bad.
very,
Oh,
It
I'm
wasn't
being
even
very
visible.
sarcastic about that.
Oh, yeah, I see that now. I'm sorry. Damn, I could have capitalized on that shit. Yeah, you're not sure. You're not sure. This actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know.
I'll still keep it on me just for
Yeah.
might be interesting.
What's in the pouch?
What's in the pouch? Oh, all right. Okay. Roll me a D100.
Oh.
Ooh.
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 Oh, okay. Not bad, actually.
Gotta do something good tonight.
What? Knocking your date on the head? It wasn't good?
No. No, I don't think it was.
You were living in a rom-com that night. That's just...
You find you find 9, and it kind of looks like okay, you know what a geode is? Like the rocks that you cut and there's crystals inside.
Yep.
Okay, so imagine a disc. So imagine like a slice of a geode. Okay.
Right.
And you find 9 of them, and they're all on the outside. They're not very thick. They're maybe like a 1/4 inch thick. And they're maybe like 2 inches in diameter. And like the middle is missing, because that's where like the bigger crystals are. But
Right.
they kind of just go out in almost like rainbow rings. To the edges, and you find 9 of those. So let's just say 9 rainbow geode slices, 2 inches in diameter.
9 rainbow geode slices. Okay. Sure. Sounds good.
Make some earrings out of those.
So what's
Make some
everybody
earrings.
doing?
Leicester will just stay near the path and just wait to see what everyone else wants to do.
I'm all set. I'll give Leicester the arrows. Any arrows I found out of those 18, give to Leicester
Okay.
as our
Yeah.
bow user.
Yeah,
Haven't
Probably
seen that. I'll pick up the one I dropped on the ground after finding it and go hand it to him.
For me?
I'll take my 3 I got and give it to Lister.
How
Do
many
you want
was
to try
it?
and retrieve any of your arrows?
Sure, maybe Leicester will try and carefully not get snared.
Okay.
And any of the anyone sticking in bodies.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, if baby helps you, normally you can get back 50%. If baby helps you, you'll be able to get back 75%. So 3 out of 4.
Oh.
We'll just do it like that to keep it simple for now.
Yes.
All right. So however many you shot, and then you get back 75% of those. And you can also pick up, they have primitive quivers, which will pretty much just be, imagine like a large bamboo shoot that's been split in half and then folded, and then lashed up. So you can, there's like some primitive quivers and things like that. And each of them have like little bullshit like flint knives, if somebody wants to grab, like a flint knife or whatever. They have like simple tools. Can't believe you killed my little shaman before they even did anything. It's fucked up.
Hey, other people foolishly tried to be nice to them before. Look where they are now, not here. Only the bloodthirsty remain.
Alright. Okay, so, and also for the newer people, as you're investigating these humanoids, their skull faces are masks. So it's there's like these these skulls with these brightly red colored plumes, kind of poking out the top, on the back, and except for the other one but that had the focus, instead of having like the bright colored feathers, this one has almost like dried palm leaves and roots that are attached to the skull. And it's a mask. And these are all just, humanoid skulls or whatever.
Like, can we kind of tell, or is there any way we could tell kind of, you say humanoid, can we have any idea of what they actually are?
Let me get a medicine check.
One of these days I'll make a character that's proficient in that.
One of these days. Hey, not bad. Just comparing the different ones, you could tell that there are a couple that are human. The one that you got off the one with the focus, that one actually seems to be elven. Like the structure of the bones are a little bit more angular, a little bit more chiseled, a little bit longer. But yeah, that's definitely an elven skull. That all the other ones just are probably like human or whatever.
Okay.
That wasn't the first time Leicester and I have seen these things. We were attacked when we first arrived here. We were attacked on the beach by these. I feel like they were a little bit more dangerous on the beach than they were here, but I also find these little geode things. Anybody know what these are?
A rock.
Yes, very good, very good, Leicester. When we get back to town, I'll give Baby a treat for that correct answer. But Regis, Fomher, you guys have any idea?
Would I have any idea of any uniqueness to that? Or something that points that out?
I'm trying to think. I mean, like, where's the dwarf when you need one?
I was going to say that's not necessarily... Rocks aren't necessarily my strong point.
Well, I don't know your
You know
past.
what? Let me. I mean, whoever wants, let me get intelligence checks with disadvantage, unless you have some kind of like a jeweler's kit proficiency or anything that you feel might help with like geology. Otherwise just intelligence with disadvantage.
Ah, that's their name.
Intelligence with disadvantage, yes.
Now, Eric, there's not really anything you can do to punish me for just for trying to recall something.
Bite your tongue.
I know in other cases this roll means extra bad things happen.
Yeah. I mean, to you, they just, they look like some kind of like weird cock ring. Regis. It's like a Sylvan cock ring. I don't know. And then Regis. you've actually seen something similar to this, and it's being from Gloomhaven, and all the different currencies and all the different people who have passed through there. These are just like agate geo chips, and they probably fetch about 30 gold each.
Before Regis even gets to explain it, I look at him as, okay, these are some kinky little blighters.
No, why? What are they?
Well,
they're cock rings.
Oh.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that
What?
somehow knows this.
They have jewelry for everything, I guess.
Despite that, their usage though, they're worth about 30 gold apiece.
Wow.
They're paying that much for cock rings now.
I would
That is-
never.
Yeah,
Rich people are just looking for ways to spend their money.
but those just look painful. I've never understood those when they're like that.
So what do you guys all think?
Lester ignores
You-
that. Lester's
you-
like, these were the Aquan, okay, bye.
You caused this, Eric.
I know, I love it.
Yes, I found either their name or where they live is the Aquan. I can't quite.
Did somebody
recall.
just add cock ring to their inventory sheet?
Yes.
Agate cock rings.
Yeah.
That's aesthetic. You know people on the internet that exists.
Oh, for sure.
That 100% exists. Add it to the merch store list.
If they just put down the value or whatever, and
God, our merch store would go straight to 4chan.
you guys gonna continue traveling?
Yes.
Is there?
Go ahead.
Anyone feel like taking? Anyone okay with taking just like a little bit of a breather?
Sure.
Do
if
you
need
need to?
I got. So you know that trap you got caught in? I did, and that was after getting shot with an arrow. So I'm kind of hurt.
Is anybody else hurt?
A
Not
little.
really.
Just a few holes.
I got nicked by one arrow, but it's not that big of a deal.
So what are you
Oh,
thinking?
that's
Like an hour
Like-
break?
Yeah, just take it. I'm not talking that we turn in for the night. I'm been setting up camp. I just think, sitting on a rock and resting for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, sure we can.
More of a shorter rest, if you will.
Yeah, you can take a short rest. I mean, you guys just finished kind of resting a little bit, eating, snacking, and you started, the second part of the day's travel. But yeah, you could definitely take another short rest again if you like.
Or I'll actually use hit dice.
All right. So if you're gonna take a short rest, let me know. Otherwise, let me know.
That's what I would like to do.
All right. Cool.
I'll keep watch while you rest. It's
All right.
okay.
Sounds good. Fomher, let me get a D10.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, the one that
It's-
survives can bring friends.
It's
Alright, cool.
different than the last one.
Yeah. So you guys are all just kind of, resting up a little bit, tend to your little wounds, scratches. So go ahead and do your hit dice and, whatever you'd like to do throughout the short rest.
How do you do hit dice again? Sorry.
Okay. When you go to your character sheet, when you go to the area that has like your hit points, if you go south of that, just down, you're gonna see where it says hit die.
Yes.
And every time you roll there you go. Oh, that's forward. Okay. So the thing is, when you want, you can use your hit dice during a short rest. There you go. What's your con modifier? Do you have one? Constitution for Leicester?
Constitution. Where is that? Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. All right. So yeah. So you rolled your hit dice. So you're gonna heal, what you rolled, and then you take away one of your hit die. And the thing is, when you take a long rest, you recover half of the hit die you spent. Up to your level, or I forget how it works, but something like that.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Because if you click on your character sheet, like what I and Regis just did, if you click on the hit die, it'll record the spending of it.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
On the character sheet. Yeah.
All right. So everybody's doing their rest. It goes by without incident. And you guys are gonna continue traveling north.
Yes.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. Now, how the hell? Let's see if I can. How do I do this? I'm trying to get you guys off that map. How do I?
Want us to group together?
Oh, I think I got it.
This.
No.
It's pretty.
Did I
You
put
see
somebody on the wrong map? No, what the fuck? No, everybody's on different maps. You're not supposed to
Whoa!
be there. How do I get rid of that?
magic.
Just drag us all back to the player tab.
Oh, I see what I did. Okay, I got it.
I don't want it. I
Those are
don't
free,
want it.
actually. Whoever has a pro Roll20, that map that you guys wound up on just now by accident, that's this month's free giveaway.
Ooh.
There's a
Yeah.
couple of them. So, all right. So you guys should all be on the right map now.
Yes.
All right. And then
Yeah.
continue traveling. All right. Regis, let me get a D10 from you, please. Woohoo! Okay.
Oh.
And let me get a D8.
Glad I went for a short rest.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh no.
You guys only travel a little bit further up the road before the next encounter happens, and we will figure out exactly what that is next session.
Oh,
So,
no.
yeah, because it's 10 o'clock.
Bum bum bum.
Alright, so you guys finished, let's say, so 8. Okay, so you guys went to, let's say, 12. Then you did a short rest, so that's 1. And then you traveled for maybe another. Alright, so let's say it's like 2 p.m. Alright, so at 2 p.m. Traveling up road. Finished. Short rest. Still nice weather. And encounter on road begins. Next session. Haha! Alright, cool. Very cool. So, yeah, so we'll wrap up today's session with that. The group finally left the town after being there for, I don't know, about 2-3 weeks and shit almost. And,
Oh dang it.
Kind of. Yeah.
so that's kind of interesting. So you guys have actually been on the islands now for about 3 weeks. So, yeah, give or take. So, yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed that. You know, if you like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification, and hit all notifications. That way you know every time we load up a video on YouTube. It's youtube.com/the D20 Initiative. You know, you can always show us some love on Facebook, facebook.com/the D20 Initiative. I do have a Twitter, but I'm not really on there too often. So sorry about that. That'll grow, I guess, whenever it does. If you want to show Landon some support, check out what they're up to. You can check them out on Instagram and Twitter at forevercafe_. You know, and I guess with that being said, you know, good game, everybody. Hope you all have fun. Jeremiah, I hope you feel better next session.
I sure do too.
Yeah, you know, Justice, glad you're feeling better after your vaccination. You know, kind of concerned about that a little bit. And yeah, I hope everybody else has an awesome time. With that being said, you know, is it Wednesday yet? Good night.
Good night. Yeah. Date night.